Hello and welcome into episode 91 of Two Man Game with Damon and Dom. I'm Damon, that's Dom, and you are the listener. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, leave 5 stars on either platform. Share with everyone in every way that you know how. Fair to mention, we also have a TikTok and Instagram now. You can go follow those two at Ethical Ball. Find us there. We post reels and shorts if you cannot stick around for all of the long form content. It has been a little bit since our last podcast. We had a very busy week a couple weeks ago. At least you did, I think. We're like back to back to back things, band stuff, things like that. And then last week I had the flu for a majority of the week. So, little break, little accidental break, I suppose. But we have basketball to talk about. Today is NBA Media Day. At the date of this recording, I believe basketball season's about 3 weeks away, sooner than you might expect. Dom, how are you doing?
Hey, first of all, I just want to say that I'm glad you're feeling better, man. I'm just glad you're feeling better.
Coming off my flu week. I could have powered through, had my own flu pod, but
Uh, nah,
nah.
man. Nah, don't do that to yourself, man. No, I'm doing good. I've been so busy with work and the band, like you mentioned, but um, I'm just excited for a lot of things happening. I've been listening to 22 Man Game and catching up with football and stuff like that in the meantime, while the WNBA playoffs were going on. We're going to talk about that and like Media Day, Eurobasket ended, so a lot of news to get to. But yeah, I've been good, just really busy. I'm trying to dial back, so hopefully this week I will be able to rest. What about you, man? I hope you feel like 100% like tomorrow.
Yeah, today was my first day of work since last Tuesday, because I'm not typically the person that is, like, oh, I need to miss extensive time. I actually hate doing that. I think this is the first time at this particular place, my third year here, that I've missed more than one day consecutively. So, um, and I get like a guilt, I get like, I'm like, oh, I hate that I'm not there. I should be, doing my job or whatever. And apparently, I was missed, is what I hear, based on the conversations I had with some people today. So that's kind of good and bad because it's like good that I'm good at my job, bad that I wasn't here, and it was probably worse for me not being there. So,
Yeah.
oh well. But other than that, it was also kind of needed because I feel like I was also getting pretty busy with stuff for work, stuff for the pod, etc. And I kind of was forced to do nothing for a couple of days and reset, and now I'm getting back into the swing of things here.
I missed you too. I want
Thanks.
that to be known. Yeah. I missed doing the pod and talking about it with you, but glad you're feeling a bit better.
As we
And
talked about, this is the only time we speak to each other, actually.
yeah,
So
but outside of this, I try to call you and you're like, dude, save it for the pod. Every time. Every single time. I just get that's your voicemail. If this is Dom, save it for the pod.
yeah.
Which I understand. I can't lie. But I am excited to talk about. Shall we just dive in? We can dive right in.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I had this like awesome date. Save it for the pod, man. I don't want to hear it.
We're not talking right now, Dom. We're saving it for the pod. See, even
Even-
this. I got some really good news from work. I don't want promotions.
I got
Don't
a
want any.
promotion.
No,
Dominicus, how many times do I have to tell
that
you?
this is podcast material, man. This is not personal phone call stuff. We're not recording these phone calls. Oh, okay. You got me. You got me. I just don't talk at all when I'm not on the pod. Anyways, hey, you know what? Eurobasket happened like 300 years ago. So we
Yeah.
should talk about that
Yeah.
real quick. I just wanted to
Do a little quick wrap.
just a quick wrap on that. So Germany beat Turkey for the gold. I mean, it's kind of crazy Turkey went that far. They have Alper Şengün, who's been incredible in the Eurobasket, but Germany ultimately won. Uh, I don't know if you saw this, but it was a buzzer beater by Dennis Schroeder that
I
won
know
the
I
game.
know Dennis Schroeder had a great Eurobasket run with Germany. I did not realize that they won via buzzer beater. That's awesome.
Yeah, I kind of what do you call because I think a lot of media doesn't label it correctly. They were down by one. He made a bucket with 1.4 seconds to go. Is that a buzzer beater or is that
No,
a
it's a game winner.
game winner? Okay. See,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone calls it should be game
A buzzer
winner.
beater is when you hear the buzzer. It's when
I
there's
agree.
literally 0 seconds.
I think it no, it went off. Technically, it did go off when like the shot clock was down, but I wouldn't call it a buzzer beater game
Mm.
winner. Like I feel like it's a
So
game winner.
25 seconds of game time, 24 second shot clock.
Yes,
So by the time he shot it, then the
it
shot clock went
was
up. I see.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got
So
it.
it was one of those weird. Anyways, Germany won. They had a very good team, so congrats to them. Turkey got silver, and then Greece beat Finland for bronze. And Giannis said that bringing Greece the bronze medal has been the greatest achievement of his life so far.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
was a big one. I saw that.
Yeah, and I've also seen a lot of people win, medals and stuff for the country, and even though it's maybe not gold or just like the highest thing you could get, it means the most for them when they are able to bring it to their countrymen and women and whatnot. So, congrats to them for
Yeah, it makes
getting
sense. I think people blew it out of proportion with because of course Finals MVP championship with the Bucks. You would think that would be the thing, but like people have to understand that's a job. It's like
exactly. And I mean, that's got to be number two. You know what I mean?
right.
Like that's not before this, that was it. So I didn't take offense to it. Maybe some people don't understand that, but I know like growing up as a fan of like Lithuanian
Yeah.
sports, it's like watching the Olympics. It's just like you want to represent your country. You want to do your country proud. And in like good ways, not like evil, weird ways. So
Yeah,
like this is a good way.
I think something that European and other continents players with non-American players, foreign-born players, I guess, have that American players don't is just like that country culture and that like national pride. And
So much.
like I guess there is American pride, but it's usually not a good American pride.
See, that's why I was saying like
Honestly.
if you show too much pride as an American, it's like evil or
Yeah.
weird or there's like something else going on. It can't just be like I'm suspicious when I see someone wearing a United States of America flag pin. I'm like I
Oh
feel
no.
like
It's like always bad. It's
you're doing
like
something shady and you're
yeah.
hiding behind that, so I wouldn't find out. And
You're
this is
like
pure speculation,
you're
but
like racist or you're like a
yeah.
veteran. Those are like your two options.
Or you're probably both. So, yeah, so you heard it here first. If you're wearing, don't wear USA flag. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
think
it's just
countries
different.
have good like culture appreciation that we don't have. So
Yeah, it's also just so different to have like Greek national pride than American national pride.
for
It's
sure,
just
for sure.
totally different.
Especially, Giannis came from like nothing basically. So that's like a big thing for him too.
Yeah, I'm sure it feels good. Um,
I will say I'll counter to this. It's like almost like state or city pride in America rather than country pride.
that's a great. I mean, yeah, I do love. I would have loved to, I definitely represent Texas. I don't say I'm from like California or whatever, and I
Right.
never will. So, you know, I get that. That makes sense. With the good and the bad, still from there.
Yes,
Hey
sir.
man, WNBA,
Let's
give me
talk
some
W.
awards.
The W. So yeah, awards came out. Surprising no one beat Paige Bueckers took home Rookie of the Year on the Dallas Wings. Uh, I liked the post that the WNBA made for this. I think I may have talked about this before, but there was this guy that tweeted a long time ago, um, like early Twitter days, and he said, "Keep this name in mind, Paige Bueckers," and she was at the time a sixth grader. And he just watched her as a sixth grader, and he was like, "This is going to be one of the greatest women's basketball players ever." And they like retweeted that tweet when she got her Rookie of the Year. Um,
Do you think he just does that for every single like sixth grader, and
I
then one
don't
of them
think
hit?
so. I don't think
Um,
so because I think like a lot of people have referenced that tweet since she was drafted, when she was in college, etc. It's pretty like popular and well known. I feel like if he just did it for a lot of people, people would have caught on to that. But seems like he just saw her at a game when she was like 11, and he was like, "This is crazy. I've never seen an 11-year-old do this."
that's also
And now,
crazy. Yeah, congrats to
yeah.
her. That's awesome. Definitely well deserving.
Yeah, she's awesome. Alanna Smith of the Lynx and Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces won a co-defensive player of the year. An interesting move here. I'm not sure how WNBA awards are decided. I know in the NBA it's a panel of voters, so theoretically a tie is possible. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jason Kidd and Grant Hill both won Rookie of the Year in like 1994. Because they
Hmm.
tied. So they were co-winners of the award. I don't know if that's the case here. I saw a little bit of controversy with this because Aisha Wilson was like had the better stats on paper. But I guess Alanna Smith on the same team as last year's winner, Nafisa Collier. So their team is really good defensively, and maybe that's what led to her winning the award. Um, so first time this has happened in WNBA history. Asia Wilson's third time winning it, and not the only award she won.
Yeah. I mean, I when I saw I've never seen an award like this, share two people. I find it a little strange, but hey, I'm happy that someone gets to win it for the first time. If anything, I'm leaning more toward, Alanna Smith getting it for her first time than Asia
hmm
Wilson because, like you said, she won something else. What did she win?
She won her fourth WNBA MVP award, the most in league history. No one else has ever had four. She led the league in points per game, in blocks per game, which is what I was talking about. The stats kind of leading her favor in terms of DPOY. Is the first player in WNBA history to have a 20 and 10 season multiple times, which is kind of wild to me that no other player has ever had 20 points and 10 of another stat in league history. Um,
To average that, that's crazy.
or to average it multiple times.
Yeah,
I'm sure other people have done it once, but doing it even twice is like, oh, that's weird. And then this season, she had 13 30-point games, which is the most in season history. You have to remember WNBA seasons are 40 games long. So 13 out of 40, that's a lot of high quality performances there.
yeah, that's crazy. I actually watched a little bit of God, I can't remember what game it was. Game two, I think, of the semifinals or the quarterfinals. I can't remember. Just watched a little bit of like the aces, and yeah, Asia Wilson was just unstoppable. Like no one could stop her. You just give it to her in the paint, and then she just like turn around and lay it up or get a foul or something. So, congratulations to her for winning her fourth MVP. That's insane. Congrats.
Yeah.
Um, so we got the playoffs happening right now as well. So we're currently in the semifinals. Something of note, Sabrina Ionescu and Brianna Stewart's New York Liberty knocked out in the first round by the Phoenix Mercury.
Last year's
And
champs.
yeah, I definitely expected them to go a little bit further at least. Um,
Yeah, the
and
WNBA, by the way, in case people don't know, instead of seven game series like the NBA, the first round is three games. And then the following two rounds, semifinals and finals, 5 games. So shorter series over there.
Yeah. And then just to keep it with the Phoenix Mercury, Alyssa Thomas's Mercury, who's been having a really great season, came back to win Game 4 and eliminate Napheesa Collier and the Minnesota Lynx 3-1. So, they're just on a roll and they're in the finals. The Phoenix Mercury are in the WNBA finals. It is worth to note that Collier missed game 4 after sustaining an ankle injury in game 3. So they were missing probably their best player.
Yeah.
And the Phoenix Mercury were just able to win. And on the other side, so Las Vegas Aces with Asia Wilson, MVP, and Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever tied 2-2. The Fever won, and they forced a game 5 against the
They came
Aces.
back too. They were losing pretty badly.
Yeah, so they play tomorrow.
No, I lied. I'm sorry. It was the Lynx. The Lynx were beating the Mercury pretty badly in game 4, and then the Mercury came back to win the series.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And then we'll find out tomorrow if the Fever, the Aces, go to the WNBA Finals. Also crazy because if I'm not mistaken, Caitlin Clark is injured.
Is she injured?
Pretty
Who
sure she's
knows?
not playing right now. Or are
Yeah.
you like, or is it like a speculation that she's not?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
just have
pretty
no
sure.
clue.
No, I'm pretty sure she's not playing. Actually, I think she's been injured this whole
I was
playoffs.
I was somehow more tuned into the other series than this series. I don't really know how that happened. Even though the Aces and AJ Wilson's like the best player in the league, and then Caitlin Clark. And it feels like this would be the series I'm paying attention to, but somehow I went the other way. I don't know how that
Yeah,
happened.
it definitely wasn't the Fever I was watching. It was the Aces, whoever they played before. I think it was.
The
I
Valkyries, maybe?
can't.
I
No,
don't remember who played the
Valkyries.
Valkyries.
That was the.
The Seattle Storm. They were in the
It was the
playoffs.
Seattle Storm. It was the Seattle
Okay.
Storm. I knew it was like a West Coast team. But yeah. Anyway, so I mean, crazy, incredible. We'll see if the Indiana Fever are able to go to the finals without Caitlin Clark. I'm pretty sure she's not playing.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, you're probably right. I believe you.
yeah, this is yeah. Are you fact checking me? Because you definitely
Oh,
should.
I'm fact checking because I don't know, and I feel like I should know, and I just haven't watched a ton
I'm gonna
lately.
feel terrible if I'm just
She
wrong.
definitely didn't play in game four, and they won game four.
Okay, I'm pretty sure she's been injured all playoffs.
Okay. Um, yeah, so mostly led by the efforts of Aaliyah Boston, it looks like. That's a name I know. So
Nice.
their center. That's crazy because they had the number one pick last year to pick Caitlin Clark, and now they're potentially going to make a finals run. So, wow.
Without her, without
Without
her,
her.
it's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
But congrats to them. Hey, you know what? Let's pivot. NBA.
It's pivot time. Pivot time. NBA
Keep
starting
that
off
pivot foot down. Keep that pivot foot down.
my pivot foot's down, and Nick Smith Jr.'s pivot foot is in the grave because he got waived by the Charlotte Hornets, and you hate to see that. Another one of our guys, man. Another guy I saw at Summer League 2 years ago and was like,
Yeah.
I like this guy. I see the potential, and then he didn't really play much on a Hornets team that kind of constantly had backcourt injuries, with LaMelo being out a lot and other players. Trey Mann was out a lot last year, so you'd think he had a lot of opportunity. I looked into the stats a little bit. Last year, he played 60 games for the Hornets, started 27 of those games, averaged about 10 points, 2.5 assists, shooting 37% from three, so it's a little above league average. Fine statistic wise for the opportunity he was given. I guess maybe with the acquisition of Colin Sexton and Trey Mann coming back, LaMelo, Brandon Miller's going to probably start at the two. They just feel like they have enough guys and they don't really need him. But I don't know. I like the talent. I've seen the talent. He's also smaller. He's only like 6 feet, 6'1". That's a hard stature to kind of make a name for yourself in the NBA. So I can see why they did it. It's just one of those guys that I think is worth a roster spot, a backup point guard spot, something like that.
Absolutely agree. I really like his playing, and I think he's perfect as a backup, like you said. And I'm sure there's a team out there who needs a backup point guard. From the Hornets' perspective, I guess I understand. You know, you're kind of loaded right now in that position, and I mean, hopefully you're hopefully expecting a healthy LaMelo Ball for most of the season. So who knows? I guess only time will tell. But I'm sure someone will pick him up. Definitely, there is a need of a backup point guard somewhere. Um, I mean, I could even see him like going to the Heat just to like back up since Hero is out for a bit, something like that, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, hey, Nick Smith, we're rooting for you, man.
we sure are.
Hey,
Tell
you
you about some
know,
signings that have happened. Sorry, go ahead.
yes. Yeah, I was gonna go into signings. I was gonna
Oh,
transition
great.
into signings. Yeah.
With the former
Uh,
Hornet legend.
Former Hornet legend. That was a tongue twister right there. Bismack Biyombo signed a 1 year deal with the Spurs to back up Luke Cornett. Kidding. Wouldn't be. Well, technically both of them, I guess. Interesting. I don't really see the need why the Spurs need him. They also have the King Kelly Olynyk, who could probably play some backup center if needed. But
The
you know,
King. I like that.
yeah, the King Olynyk. It just sounds like it works.
That's
But
what they call him, actually. They do call him King Olynyk, surprisingly enough.
makes
Um,
sense.
how old do you think Bismack Biyombo is?
32.
It's like a reasonable guess. Um, and he's 33, so you're not far off. This is
Oh,
going to be his 15th season in the NBA. I saw that and I was like, what?
has he played on like every team? Because I know he's been on the Hornets, the Suns, the was he on the Nuggets? No,
Early, early in his career, he was in the Raptors,
that's what it was. Raptors. I'm
and he was
thinking
in the
of.
Magic too, I think.
I do not remember that. That's crazy. Well, welcome to San Antonio.
Welcome,
And Thomas Bryant, welcome to Cleveland. This is for you.
Cleveland.
It's
I
for
think we talked about
you.
Thomas Bryant when we were talking about the Pacers, and we were like, Thomas Bryant,
Oh
Nope,
yeah.
never mind.
Nope, not there. Just Jay Huff now. Jay Huff, you got it right, and Isaiah Jackson. You guys got this
That's
right.
right.
Um, Yeah, and then we got Precious Achua back with the Miami Heat.
Hmm.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised. So I think he did a really good job with the Knicks, and I liked what he did. Is it just not enough space over there? What do you think?
Yeah, I think getting into some of their signings too, we're going to talk about they're approaching second apron issue status. They're going to
Hmm.
have to move some stuff around to not hit the second apron. So I think it's probably a money thing more than anything.
Gotcha. And then we got Dennis Smith Jr. signed with the Mavericks. Where was he before? Was he Nets?
He was on the Nets. He was on the Hornets a little bit ago. He was on other teams, but he was actually drafted to the Mavericks at
Oh,
number 9 overall the year before Luca. So I'm very excited for him to go back. I like Dennis Smith Jr. You know me, I love me some athletic point guard play.
oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm excited to hopefully maybe watch a little bit of his game. Maybe he'll play backing up D'Lo while Kyrie's still getting better. Makes sense.
Hmm.
Do you want to take it from here? I don't want to hog
Sure.
the hall.
I'll go with another backup point guard, Monte Morris, signing over with the Pacers. Nimhard will probably be their point guard this year with the Halliburton injury, so I think Monte Morris is a good option as another ball handler. Of course, they still have TJ McConnell, so even like a tertiary ball handler for them. Malcolm Brogdon was the Knicks signing I was alluding to, signing a 1 year deal over there. Malcolm Brogdon, one of those players, when he plays, he's good, but when he plays is the problem because he gets injured a lot.
Why do they need Malcolm Brogdon? They have Brunson,
Why not?
Deuce, Jordan Clarkson. What?
Gotta get guys that are playable, man. They have like 9 guys that actually like to play, so
And you try that to me. I don't understand why you give away Precious and you sign Malcolm Brogdon, who might not be healthy enough to play. To me, that doesn't
yeah.
make sense.
I
But
understand what you're
maybe,
saying because I think their big man depth is more of a question mark than their guard depth.
thank
Yeah, I
you.
get that. Maybe they just didn't like the options that are out there. I don't know.
I guess that
Maybe
makes
Precious
sense.
wanted more money than they were willing to give him.
Yeah.
None of these deals, when I read them, had money, so I have no idea what
Yeah,
amounts people signed for.
I was trying to look too, and I could find nothing. I really was curious about what we're going to talk about in a second, but continue.
Yeah. Um, some Warriors deals. The Warriors finally did something. Kuminga still out there, still sitting there, standing around. There's still been murmurings and reportings of the Warriors are like, "We'll give you this 1-1," and he's like, "No," and that's that. But they apparently have committed to bringing D'Anthony Melton and Gary Payton II back. Those actually aren't deals that have even happened. I just saw a report that they're like, "Yeah, we're going back." They just haven't signed them yet, and I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again in case you didn't hear that episode. A lot of this is because they're waiting to see what happens with the Kuminga thing, because being in restricted free agency, he has a cap hold on their team. There's an allotted amount of salary cap going to him, even though he's not there, because they think they are going to have him, or they'll move him, or something like that. But until that happens, they don't have the money to sign these players. Um,
I do want to
lastly,
note,
yeah,
just real quick, just to kind of pop in because you mentioned Kaminga. He also was asked to come to Media Day and did not report to Media Day. So,
yeah, and I don't blame him because he's not on the team. So
yeah. No,
he's
I'm just,
he's
yeah,
he's
it's
currently a
just,
free agent.
it's a very strange situation happening. Like, they just need to figure it out. But this next deal was a bit surprising to me. Please tell me
I
about
told
it.
you it was going to happen. You didn't believe me. I
I
told
didn't
you.
believe you. I didn't believe you.
I told you my sources let me know that Al Horford was going to sign a multi-year deal to the Warriors, and that's exactly what happened. It just took a while for it to happen. And we already ranked centers, and we had Quentin Post as a Warrior starting center, so I can't say that I hate this deal for them. So he's old, but he is probably better than Quentin Post still.
Yeah, no. This is a good signing for the Warriors. I don't understand. I think probably what happened is that the Celtics didn't want to re-sign him because they've been having a lot of cap issues and flirting with second apron and whatnot. So I thought he was just going to either sign back with the Celtics or retire because he got his championship. But I guess yeah, he's going to go with the Warriors, run it back, multi-year deal. I'm thinking two at the most, right? He's like he's up there.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how much that goes for. But I think this is all pending still that Kaminga is still on the team. or it's not on the team because they need that money, like the space, to really afford them. So it's all very interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
just a couple of notable free agents I wanted to talk about since we talked about some signings. Jordan Goodwin's still out there, and he's a good NBA player.
A
Someone
legend.
please, Lakers legend, sign him somewhere. That's just the Lake. That's just the fan in me because I love watching him, and can't believe we let him go. Whatever. And then probably the biggest one right now, Russell Westbrook.
My goat, Russell Westbrook, out there.
What is happening? Do you have any? You talk to any
Um,
insiders?
I know there were Kings rumors, which I don't know why, because that is horrible. Don't go to that team. But they
Yeah,
they have the new Eurobasket goat Dennis Schroeder, so they don't want anybody else on that team
I
anyway.
was just about to say you got Malik Monk, Dennis Schroeder, then Russell Westbrook. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. I really would
Don't
have
forget
loved
about
for.
Keon Ellis.
Oh, of course. Sorry. Keon. My bad, dude. Um, I really want him to go back to the Nuggets. I guess it's gotta happen.
I think there's a high chance that if Jordan Goodwin signs somewhere and gets playing time, he'll have a better season than Marcus Smart. But that's just me.
What? Where did that come from? What the heck, man? Why you gotta
Because he
say it
was
like
on the Lakers
that?
and they waived him.
I know, but we were talking about Westbrook. We were past Jordan Goodwin. Why you gotta bring
Yeah,
it up?
I thought
Why you
about it
gotta
and I was
bring it
like,
up? That
nah, I
hurt
want to
me,
say it.
man.
I want to say
That
it.
hurts.
I want to say
You think I want
it.
this? Then you could have asked me. I would have said no. I want
Maybe
Goodwin.
Russell Westbrook could go back to the Lakers. Is there still room for him?
Anyway, so let's talk about coaching news. No, I just like Westbrook doesn't deserve to be like a vet minimum guy either. But I'm like, is
Yeah.
that what's gonna happen? That's so weird. It's just so strange to me. Um,
What if he signed with like the Cavs and it was just like Ty Jerome this year? Not Ty Jerome.
I don't
No, yes,
know.
Ty Jerome. That is what I
Yeah,
was
I
thinking.
actually don't hate that. I could not imagine him in a Cavaliers. That would look
Yeah, it feels so
very
weird.
strange.
Feels
Um,
weird.
I mean, everything besides Thunder and Rockets has felt strange, if I'm being
Yeah, at some
honest.
point I would have thought that Wizards was a strange look for
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook,
Well,
but
yeah, number four especially. Who the heck is number
it's what he
four on
wore
the
at
list?
UCLA.
Oh, cool. But not when he was MVP of the league. Anyways,
Right.
anyways. I just wanted to throw in some. Let's talk about a trade real quick because I feel like that makes more sense than where I put some coaching news.
Sure.
The Hawks traded Kobe Buffkin to the Nets for cash considerations. Buffkin was the number 15 pick in the 2023 draft. Well, short-lived. What do you think about that?
I thought Kobe Buffkin was fine. I mean, I don't think he was like anyone's like starting point guard, but he was okay when he came in off the bench. For Trey Young and that Hawks team, I know, of course, they did just acquire Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard, neither of which I guess are point guards, but both I will substitute into the lineup when Trey Young or Dyson Daniels is on the bench. So I could see where it starts getting pretty stacked, and maybe I don't know. Was there a complaint about how much he's going to play? There probably always is that, and we never know until people decide to make that public. But just for
Yeah,
money,
but
I guess also makes sense because they just signed a couple of big contracts and they want to be able to still make other moves if they need to during the season. I don't know. I
yeah,
feel like he could have got something.
I was gonna say, thankfully he went to a team that already has six point guards, so
Six
you
rookie
know
point guards. Yeah,
he'll
yeah.
definitely be able to play over there. I mean, if like it's the playing time, wrong place to go.
It's yeah. I don't think it was
But
that. That was just a theory I threw out there, but I don't think that's accurate.
yeah, I mean, who knows? But uh, good player. I hope he gets some minutes and is able to kind of show people what he's got. Um, I'm going to talk about the coaching news just real quick, and then you could take the next stuff. I feel like I've
Yeah.
been talking
Go
so
ahead.
much.
No, you're
Um,
good.
I wanted to mention in coaching news just one thing. JJ Redick was extended 2 more years, $45 million for the Lakers. Um, I like it a lot because I really want the Lakers to have a franchise head coach. I think right now he's locked in for like the next 5 years. But we have seen recently, just because you sign a 5 year contract doesn't mean you're going to be with that team for 5 years.
Oh yeah.
But I would really like it for him to be the head coach. I think he did a really good job last year, and I think he's just going to get better. and he'll be able to kind of do more what he wants. Last year, he was just really deciding to be what kind of head coach he wanted to be. I think he learned a lot going to the playoffs, and now he has Luca to kind of grow with as a head coach too. Like have to have this player in their prime, and they played together. They have a good relationship, and then I just like this a lot for the Lakers. How do you feel?
I just think it's weird to do after 1 year. That's really the only thing. It's just like he coached 1 year. He still had what 2 years left on the deal, and you're like,
I
yeah,
think
here's
so.
2 more years. That's all. Strange.
It is a bit strange, and we've seen it from other coaches as well. But I feel like those coaches showed a bit more for sure, like probably getting them to the Western Conference or Finals or something. And also this is first year as the head coach of the Lakers, first year as a head coach. Period.
Right.
So what you say makes a lot of sense, but I just think they just really like him and want him to be their guy, and they want to show him that early. So.
Here's what I think happened. Somebody asked him, Genie Bus or maybe the new people or whatever that own the team, I guess, um, said, "Are you going to make Luca our star player for the next 5 years?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "All right, here you go."
Is
You
the
don't
other
care?
the other head coach going to be like, no, no, LeBron, he's still there, he's
Yeah.
still in his, and like, okay, next guy, next guy, next guy.
Are you gonna build a Luca team with the on a Luca timeline? He said, "Yep."
It's
I
a
said,
Palinka
"You don't care
question.
about LeBron and his thing? No, go.
Why they gotta ask Palinka that, man. They gotta
Say no
ask.
more."
They gotta ask too tight leather jacket Palinka. Right?
Man, that guy,
He's
silly.
so LA. He's so Hollywood. Hey, tell me about these injuries, man.
All right, a couple offseason injuries, pretty unfortunate. First one, Bilal Coulibaly underwent surgery to repair a ligament tear in his right thumb. So he's going to be out at the start of the regular season, sadly. Hopefully, won't miss that much time. Sustained that injury during the Eurobasket. He was on the French national team, so hopefully he comes back in time pretty early in the offseason for it to happen. Brandon Clark underwent surgery to address knee synovitis. Don't know what that is, and will miss the start of the regular season as well. Worth noting that he had a PCL sprain that ended his 2024-2025 season. Apparently fully recovered from that. So this is a new thing, but we've seen Brandon Clark get a lot of injuries in recent years. Hopefully he comes back strong. Tyler Hero underwent surgery on his left foot and is going to miss the start of a regular season as well. Happened in an offseason workout. Last one, the one that hurts me the most. Fred VanVleet tore his ACL this offseason, will be out for the entire season. My Houston Rockets starting point guard no longer because he will not be playing this season. So, who do you want to touch on for any of those?
I just want to say, Koulibaly is unfortunate. He's still a young player developing. Hate to see something like that. Um, just happen early in his career. Hopefully he comes back sooner, can play games and just get better. Brandon Clark, no surprise. I don't want to say no surprise, but like he keeps getting injured. It's crazy. And he got the surgery and everything. It's just, tough to see. Tyler Hero, that's hard for the Heat. That's tough. Hopefully he comes back sooner than later. And then Fred, I mean, I don't even want to talk about him, man. But I will say this, Jordan Goodwin's out there. Houston.
I would
Houston.
love Jordan Goodwin. I would love
Yeah.
him.
Nick Smith Jr. too.
Do I think Jordan Goodwin would have a better time as our backup point guard than Aaron Holiday or Reed Shepherd? Probably.
Yeah, I think he just has the defense too to back it up, which is what I love
Yeah.
most. Because like other people can handle the ball. I mean, I trust Kevin Durant handling the ball. I
What?
I kind of trust Shingun, but he can't bring up the ball up the court. But I can trust Goodwin doing that at least. So I guess Ben Thompson's there too. Whatever. So, but yeah, it's unfortunate to
Yeah.
see. But get well soon, Freddie. We love you.
Yeah, sad to see. We will talk about how the Rockets rotation is going to look now once we get to our big segment today, the shooting guards. But first, you have some media day you want to go over.
Yeah, I wanted you to guess. So I saw a lot of media day stuff today with the NBA with different teams, and a lot of combinations of players taking pictures together. So I want you to guess a couple of these. It's a fun little game for me.
And I'm not gonna
Um,
look up any rosters. This is all off the dome.
okay, you're definitely an all the player. I'm not. There's no curveballs or anything. So first, I want to ask you, Atlanta Hawks. There is a, you know how they usually put groups of people together to take pictures because they're like the all stars. They're like the players. They're like the young core. They're, something about
Hmm.
them makes you want to take pictures together. For the Hawks, they took four players took a picture together. I want you to guess which four players.
Okay, I was gonna ask. I think I need the number for sure. Four
Yeah, no, I
players
would
helps
definitely
a
give you
lot.
that. Yeah, I'm not gonna just say go off. It's four.
Okay, so Trey Young is gonna be one.
Trae Young is one.
I'm gonna go with Jalen Johnson. It's my
Jalen
second
Johnson
guess.
is one.
I was gonna say, oh my God, I'm screwed if that's not one. Given the season last year, I will say Dyson Daniels.
He is not in the picture.
Okay. Um, because he was the number one overall pick last year, Zachary Ricochet.
There you go. We got one more.
This is tough. I'm in between two players in my mind. I'm in between the finally potential starter Onyeka Okongwu and Porzingis as a new addition to the team who has some status to his name. I'm gonna go with
Hmm.
Okongwu.
Porzingis.
Damn it.
Isn't that wild? I was like, why is Porzingis hasn't played a minute? Like, if you're not gonna
Yeah.
put like Nikhil there or even Dyson
It's
Daniels,
the
like
rep. It's the rep.
I guess, but I'd rather have Onyeka. Anyway, I saw that, was like, why is that guy there? The Rockets, three players took a picture together.
Okay. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is one.
Amon Thompson.
Amin Thompson is the one.
Shingun.
Okay, you got him. You got
Yeah,
him. I don't know
nailed
why
it.
I thought having Amin Thompson there was a little. He's
Not for
so
me, but not
young
not
still.
my
No,
favorite
I mean,
player.
no, I love Amin. I get it, but he's like, I feel like he's not a household name yet.
Sure.
Like
Sure, sure,
those two are
sure.
all stars, and he was like on the all defense team for sure. But it's like not an all star, but whatever. Happy for him,
I
of
also don't
course.
know like who the alternative would be because I feel like he's already had a better start to his career than like Jabari or Tyrese and
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
uh
definitely the three
Fred
helps.
VanVleet on crutches. Like kind of is that the move?
Ugh. Okay, Lakers three.
Luca, LeBron, Austin Reeves, easy.
Boom, done. Suns three.
Oh, okay. Okay, three.
Three.
Devin Booker is
Devin
gonna
Booker's
be
one.
one.
The
And
next
then,
two,
and then there's the question
it
mark.
gets. I'm like, oh, I will say this. I was asking a lot of questions. Why it was these two players?
Is it Jalen Green?
One is Jalen Green.
Oh man, don't tell me, Dom. Is it Dylan Brooks?
The other one's Dylan Brooks. What the? You
Oh,
have Grayson Allen on the team,
the big three.
and the big three is Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, and Devin Booker. But Devin Booker's
Oh
like,
man,
why are these clowns here with me? I mean, I like Jalen Green, but like
no
Dylan Brooks. Like,
love for Oso Ighodoro.
Why is Dylan Brooks in that picture? That was crazy to me. All right, Nuggets. I already sent you, but I just wanted to say, Jokic took a picture with Valanciunas, which
Yeah,
is, I
I
think
said these guys are European.
there's probably been a lot of narrative too, just because they finally have a big man who can back up Jokic, all this stuff. They played against
Yeah,
each other in Eurobasket, so it's kind of cool. Mavericks, we have three players took a picture together.
three players. It's going to be Anthony Davis,
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Flag.
Mm-hmm.
Was Kyrie there? But he has the injury, so is he there? I'll say Kyrie.
Yeah, it was Kyrie. It was Kyrie.
Okay.
And then the Spurs. Three.
Wimby, Wimbanyama.
Wemby, yes.
I'll go De'Aaron Fox,
That's correct. One more.
and I'll go. Oh, this is tough. No, it's not. It's Stephon Castle.
It's Stephon Castle, yeah.
I was thinking
Okay.
between him and Dylan Harper, number two pick, but Stephon Castle won Rookie of the Year, so
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, that was it. That was my fun little game. Some of those I was really confused by, and then some
yeah.
not so much. The Cavs, I was gonna add the Cavs. The Cavs took a whole like starting lineup picture together, which was kind of cool.
Who was the three?
Max
Was it
Strus.
DeAndre Hunter? Oh, it was Max Strus.
Max Strus, yeah.
Ew. Okay.
Yeah. I also don't agree with that, but it is what it is. Hey, Let's rank these shooting guards.
All right, it's 10 p.m. and I'm ready to talk about shooting guards, baby. Let's go. All
Hey,
right.
don't worry, it'll be quick. This one's easy.
Let me
Not
know.
really.
Let me know when you have the screen. You see? Are you
I can
seeing? I want to make
see.
sure you're
I can
seeing.
see.
Okay.
Thank you. I know it can be problematic sometimes.
So I got the tier ready to go. I have the players that were provided to me, and then these ones with the background are ones I had to add. Um, I don't know why they
Can
have backgrounds. Usually they don't. I don't know how that happened.
You're
Go
good.
ahead.
I'm gonna explain real quick, just what the tier list is. If you want to bring up our tier list from last year, so we can look at it real quick.
Oh, good call. Good call. I didn't have that pulled up at all.
So yeah, so the tier list that we're doing is us projecting how we think the starting shooting guards in the NBA are going to perform this year. So just because they had a really great season last year, maybe it was because of the environment. This year it's not so well, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe now they have the opportunity to be really great, so we think they're going to make that jump. So this is us just talking, and I will say this right now: if anyone's in the F tier, it is very tough to make an NBA team. So anyone in the F tier is better than 90% of basketball players, but compared to everyone else, they're in the F tier, and that's my
Yeah.
spiel.
Yeah, I think that's a good call by you. Projection's a big part. We think it's a little boring to go back to last season and say this guy was the best, this guy was the second best, this guy was the third best. You can pretty clearly do that with stats and stuff. Um, but rather we think, who's going to make a jump, who's going to regress, based on roles and things like that. And then
Yeah.
um, yeah, obviously in the NBA you're a 99% basketball player already, so you're just not maybe a starting caliber player. That's okay. Here's our tier list from last year. Let's take a quick reflection on this one. In the S tier, Anthony Edwards as our number one, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Kyrie Irving.
And then we had an elite role players tier, which was like it was the A, but we called it that. We got Mikal Bridges, Derek White, Alex Caruso, and Contavious Caldwell Pope.
That's a tough break. That's a tough break for KCP being in this tier. And then I don't know what happened.
Dude,
This tier
what?
list might be one of the worst tier lists we ever made.
Dude, what?
B tier headlined by Jalen Green, then Tyler Hero. I guess we were really expecting a jump from Jalen Green. Tyler Hero, Austin Reeves have been next to each other on this tier list every year, I think,
Yeah.
because we keep arguing who's better. Anthony Simons, Marcus Smart, Kobe White, Bojan, not Bojan, sorry, Bogdan Bogdanovic, who barely even played last year,
Yeah.
and then CJ McCollum. A
Why
weird
did
tier.
why did I let Austin Reeves go under Tyler Hero and Jalen Green? I probably was just being nice. C tier we have Gary Trent Jr., Kelly Oubre, Cam Thomas, Andrew Nimhart, Keon Ellis, Brandon Podzinski. That's not
That's Devin Vassell.
why is
Who's the
Devin
shooting?
okay, that is Devin Vassell. Okay. And
Yeah,
then Christian Brown.
yeah. This is when I believe
Oh, because they were running
they
the
they didn't have
hurdle.
Castle starting yet.
It was Hurdle
Um,
was the five, Wimby was the four, Sohan was
almost
the
like
three.
it was like Zach Collins was the five.
Oh,
Hurdle
you're
has
right.
not been on that team in a minute.
Oh, that's what I meant. I meant Zach Collins. Come on.
Yeah. Uh,
Anywho,
yeah,
D
Christian
tier.
Brown, C tier, and then D tier was Brandon Miller, rookie year. Terrence Mann, Colin Sexton, Jordan Poole, Jaden Ivey.
And then in F tier we have Grady Dick. What the heck?
Someone that really grew on you over last year.
Yeah, no, I doubt he's I don't know if he's not, probably not
I
starting
believe
this
this
year,
was the
but
episode where you were like, Grady Dick just runs around. He doesn't do
yeah, no, I
anything.
remember saying that because I watched him and he really did that. But well, I gotta say, like, I mean, if you listen to the pod or know me, like some of my favorite players are the ones I didn't like when I first watched them. I did
Yeah.
not like Anthony Edwards playing at all when he was in the league initially, and now he's like one of my favorites. And Grady Dick too. I mean, he's getting. I really like his play. So
Yeah,
uh,
I would say here last year our S tier looks pretty much perfect. Our elite role players, I don't think Caruso was quite to the level of Derek White and McHale, and KCP was not close.
but that's not
And-
us. I mean, we're
yeah.
projecting, and then it seemed like it was just going
And
to keep
and then
going.
this tier
But
list really falls off a wagon after that. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Lots of jumps
Yeah.
and falls here at the shooting guard position. So
Yeah, well,
it'll be interesting to
I'm
see
very
where we
excited
go this year.
to redeem ourselves. That's absolutely how I feel.
Yeah.
So we got a little wheel because we're gonna randomize it. I
Got the
love
wheel.
that.
I got this little depth chart website, of course, in case you want to
Awesome.
argue about people.
Got to.
Um, yeah, let's go. Let's go. 30 teams. I have no idea who went first last time because I would say whoever it wasn't should go first this time.
Yeah, who do you got? Atlanta Hawks. I'll take it. Who do you got? Starting shooting guard? Is it gonna be Dyson Daniels? Okay. So Dyson Daniels traded last year to the Hawks, and he really showed. I mean, he's a defensive just monster. He's the
Huge
great
season for
barrier
him.
thief, and just an incredible way. What a way to like be traded. He's also only 21, so comes to the
Mhm.
team, becomes an elite defensive player. He was good before, but for whatever reason, kind of was unlocked. Really paired well with Trey Young because he's not the best defender, as we all know. And yeah, I just love the progression that he did when he went to the Hawks, and seems like he every night gives it his all. He really plays with like a tenacity, like this rigor that you really love to see in a young player. And he's not a scorer. He's not really like the best shooter, but he's gonna defend his ass off, and then he's gonna hustle, and he's gonna do his best to like set you up. And I really love his play on the Hawks. I think he's gonna be a big part of how good the Hawks are defensively. And I would easily put him in the B tier. Maybe he'll go up, but I really like Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, one of the players last year that definitely had a huge jump. We had Bogdan last year because we expected him to be the shooting guard starting most of the season for the Hawks. That was not the case. I think Dyson Daniels complements Trey Young's game very well, being that Trey Young is a rather lackluster defender. Dyson Daniels is an elite defender, and then vice versa on the other side of the ball. I do think Dyson Daniels came along offensively more than people were expecting, given how great his season was defensively last year. And I think there is potential that it could grow even further. I'm not sure how much it can on this specific Hawks roster with Trey Young having such a high usage rate. But we had did start seeing that a little bit, and I think we could see more of it. B tier is the letter that came to my mind when the name popped up, so I'm totally fine with that. I think he is going to be pretty good if he can maintain last year's play. I think to move higher on the tier list, he would definitely need to add some more to his offensive arsenal, which I don't really see happening in a Trae Young led offense.
Yep. We got Bison Daniels in the B
But
tier.
I forgot about the alternating the name with
I love the
the letter.
alliteration.
It's
I
really
love
funny.
it.
It's a
Um,
great bit. I like it a lot.
all right, we got the
All right,
Bucks.
we got
Who
our
could this
first
be?
debate. So on the this little funny website in which I will scroll forever, they have AJ Green listed as the starting
Um,
shooting guard. And in my head, I thought, there's no way it's not Gary Trent Jr. Um, that would be the person I thought because he was so important for them in the playoffs.
I agree with you there because I also can see I see Torian Prince really more backing up the four. Or sorry, the three, like Kyle
Hmm
Kuzma.
for
And then
sure.
because Giannis is going to be playing a lot more, I'm not too worried about. You'll probably have Bobby Portis playing with Miles Turner. Like you kind of like
Right.
flip them all three around. And I see AJ Green definitely going off the bench. You're not starting AJ Green. Gary Trent's already been there. Um, yeah, it's got to be Gary Trent Jr., right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I would
yeah,
say I added AJ Green because his name was on there, but I think yeah, Gary Trent Jr. is already on here. Okay,
yeah,
Gary Trent Jr. Had a great playoffs last year until he didn't, and when he didn't, it was very tragic and feel bad for him. But until that point, he was doing real well, and I think he has potential to do uh, not great things, but relatively good things for the Bucks. He's going to be a role player, of course. Nothing spectacular with his offense or defense, but I don't think he's necessarily bad at either of them. Not really a creator, but he is a spot up shooter. He's pretty good at that, and he's a fine defender too. Um, this feels pretty like run of the mill C tier player to me. I don't really see him growing a ton, but I think he is a fine contributor for a team that expects to have some amount of success this season.
yeah. Gary Trent Jr. I think played a really important role in the Bucks when he got there. They just needed scoring to help out Giannis and I mean honestly, I mean especially after Dame went out, he really like stepped up. So I like him a lot. He's a really good player at what he does. And C tier is what I thought of as well. Of course, I wish he was a little bit better in some things, just because I want him to be starting. I want him to be a better offensively, better defensively. But compared to a lot of these other guys, like I think I'd rather have him on my team than some because he really doesn't have like he's not bad at offense, he's not bad at defense. He's just really like average and maybe a little bit above sometimes. Like he can really rise to the moment, and then sometimes the moment is too bright, as we saw, like you said in the playoffs. But I trust him even with that. I still trust him as a player. And I really like that signing, and I like that he's still in the Bucks. So, but C tier for sure.
C tier GTJ. That's hard to say.
GTA.
GTJ.
Oh,
Gary Trent
GTJ.
Jr.
Yeah, I was like GTA. You see where my head is at. Philadelphia, this is for you. Shooting guard, we got Jared McCain. What we got?
I think it's Jared McCain. This one had VJ Edgecombe starting over him, which I didn't really see
Where's
happening.
Jared
I think
McCain?
he's all
Oh,
the way
he's
at the
out.
bottom because I think, yeah, because he still is injured, but I feel like when he comes back, he will be the starter for most of the season
I
because he got
okay.
injured pretty early last year.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I think it's gonna be Jared McCain starting for sure. So Jared McCain, unfortunately, wasn't able to watch a ton of his game because he got injured kind of early on. But he was the rookie of the year very early on because he was able to score really well. I don't think he's like the best defensively, but he's just really crafty in getting into the paint and also like shooting the three. And I think he pairs. It's an interesting mix with Tyrese Max because I feel like they're very similar players. So I'm curious to see how they do on the court together. We didn't get to see any of that, maybe, or a lot of that last season. But I think he's going to be better. This injury, I don't exactly know how to gauge how much it's going to make him worse or better. I'm comfortable putting him like C tier above Gary Trent. I don't really know. We haven't seen too much more for me to really want to put him any higher than that. But what do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking too. CTR above Gary Trent. I like Jared McCain's game. I think it surprised a lot of people when he fell in the draft, and I think it surprised people how well he did early on in the season. Injury was obviously tragic, missing the remainder of the year. May miss a little time at the start of this year too, but ultimately I think he will be a pretty good player on this team. It'll be interesting to see how his game changes based on the fact that 76ers were so injured last year that he had to do a lot early on. And now theoretically you have healthy Maxey, healthy Paul George question mark. Joel Embiid, I have no idea. But theoretically they're healthy. And if that's the case, obviously his role will be less, but I think he'll be able to contribute in that small role too. I could see a B tier jump happening. I just don't want to bet on it with the uncertainty still around that franchise because I really don't know what their lineup is going to look like on a night-to-night basis with kind of all the question marks there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, maybe if Paul George not being in, if he's going to be injured, I could see Jared McCain making that jump even sooner. But it's a lot of young guys, a lot of old guys, and they all got to play somehow.
All right. New Orleans Pelicans is the next squad that we are going to look at.
Talk to
For
me.
the Pelicans, they have Jeremiah Fears. That's wrong. I think it's going to be Herb Jones because we had Trey Murphy as the three for this team. So I feel like there's no way they're starting a rookie over Trey Murphy. I think they'll have Zion, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones as kind of their wings, so to speak.
Yeah.
And we already did Zion and Trey Murphy, so Herb Jones time.
Talk to me.
Um, Here's the thing about Herb Jones. If this were number five Herb Jones, I'd be very happy. But this is number two Herb Jones, and that upsets me. Such a silly number change. I can't believe it
Dude,
happened.
me too, man. I don't get it.
Herb Jones is interesting. I think when he first came to the league as I believe a second round pick, um, he was kind of an immediate impact player, especially on the defensive end. I think his offense has come around a bit. He's started to be able to hit threes. He used to not really be able to shoot at all. Still not amazingly consistent to call him a 3 and D type, but it is there. It is a threat. It is available, and it used to not be. Not much offense outside of that he has going for him, though. The Pelicans, of course, like we mentioned with Jared McCain and the Sixers, another team that's just constantly a revolving door of people because of health issues. And I think that kind of hurts in the development of guys. But Herb Jones' defense is elite, and it will continue to be that way. I think, hopefully, if the Pelicans are healthy, he will contribute to a winning roster over there with his impactful defense. Looking at our list here, it feels like a low B tier to me. Um, I think his offense is probably even worse than Dyson Daniels, and I think his defense might not be as good either.
Yeah, the more I was looking at this, even though we only have three people, I was like, I feel like Jared McCain can go a little higher. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because I was like, would I rather have Jared McCain on my team or Herb Jones? And I'm like, maybe if I'm a younger team, like I want Jared McCain because of the upside. Like Herb Jones is the player he
yeah.
will be. And he might make little jumps here in like defense and offense. But if I'm contending and what Herb Jones makes a lot of sense. I like Herb Jones on the B tier behind Dyson Daniels, but what we can consider Jared McCain a little bit later. I'm gonna keep looking at that basically
Okay,
while we move
yeah,
forward.
I see what you're saying though. The ceiling is higher for sure.
Yeah, but I like
Did you
Herb
want to
Jones
add
a lot.
anything on her?
No, yeah, I just like Herb Jones a lot, and number five, Herb Jones was elite, and he will be sorely missed. I always want to put him and Trey Murphy the third in like the same tier, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't think they're exactly like that. I think Trey Murphy's definitely a little bit higher than that, but uh, yeah, number two, Herb Jones definitely F tier. Number five, Herb Jones S tier. No, we're gonna put him in the B tier behind Dyson Daniels. That makes looks good to me.
For the listener, if you're not watching the vid, first of all, watch the video unless you're driving in a motor vehicle. Don't do that. Um, I temporarily changed the F tier to number two, Herb Jones, put him down there because the jersey change was something that I didn't want. So now
Oh,
I hate it.
there's been another jersey change. We didn't talk
Oh,
about this.
tell me.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I have to double check. I'm 90% sure Bam Adebayo is now number eight.
Oh, I really wouldn't like that.
I'm I
Um,
okay. I'm talking about the Knicks and I'll just look yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
I gotta look it up right now.
I'll
Um,
look it up in a second. Let me talk about the
tell you what
Knicks.
I saw at media day. I saw a Kevin Love Jazz jersey, and I was like, that's gross.
Oh, he's still there. Get my man out of there. Get him out of
Yeah.
there. Someone get him out of
Yeah.
there. Shooting guard for the Knicks. We got Mikal Bridges, y'all.
Yeah, I had to add him because they had Miles McBride, I guess,
Ah, gotcha. Deuce. Okay, so
which makes no sense.
yep,
Oh,
Mikal
and Josh Hart,
Bridges.
but
Ah, no, Mikal Bridges. Didn't have, I wouldn't say like the best season last year with the Knicks. Had an incredible playoffs. Was able to get like play this amazing defense. Got like the winning play on two games in a row against the Celtics, which is very
it's
cool to
crazy.
see. Miguel, I would say Miguel kind of he didn't really regress, but he became that role player that he was on the Suns, which is honestly what the Knicks needed. And then if they need him to score, and he had some fourth quarter takeovers too, which he was really good during for the Knicks. Mikal Bridges is a very, very, very good NBA player, and he also doesn't miss games, which is awesome. That's someone you definitely want on your team. He plays defense really well. His offense comes and goes, um, but you are better having him on the court, trusting his offense because his defense is that good. The Knicks, they have OG Anunoby, who's an elite defender. You have Mikal Bridges. So if OG's out, then you can put Mikal on your best player. He's just so good at what he does, and I think it's an easy A tier for me.
Yeah, he had some moments last year that were not what I would have expected from him. Mentioning the times he really elevated his play from that kind of two-way role player to okay, I need to be like the guy for a little bit. I can do that. Something he kind of showed in Brooklyn, not to much success because that team was not very successful. But on the Knicks, he definitely won games for them on both ends of the floor. He's an impact player on both ends. And yeah, I mean, availability is an ability. And playing every game in your NBA career is going to get you some props in my book because so many of these guys we can say, yeah, he's going to miss some time here and there, but that's not Mikal Bridges. He'll be there. He'll be available, and he'll be good while he's out there. Like you said, he'll defend the other team's best player or second best player, and he'll be a lethal shooter on the other end and also create a little bit if you need him to. So I think A tier is fine. It's a role player, but it's a very good role player on both ends. Elite role players, if you will.
I was about to say that. I was just
I saw
about to
you
say that.
gearing up. I saw you gearing up
You
for
literally saw me like
that.
leaning forward, like,
You're
here we
like,
go.
I'm coming, I'm
Gotta
coming.
talk about it. Hey, tell me about the Dallas Mavericks.
The Dallas Maverick. Why'd you say it like that?
Because I'm looking up if Bam Adebayo changed his jersey number.
Uh, to let me know if I'll be sad or not. Yeah, so Mavs one, that's gonna be Klay Thompson. Where's that washed king at? I can't find him. I'm blind. I need an adult. Oh,
Okay,
there
it
he
still says 13. Okay, so I had some misinformation.
is. Um,
Okay, we can breathe easy.
we can breathe. Klay Thompson, one of the greatest shooters of all time. In his prime was a pretty good defender. He's not in his prime anymore, of course. Achilles tear, ACL tear, back-to-back years, very tragic 2 years for him. Since then, has come back and actually been a pretty like okay NBA player considering the two catastrophic injuries. So you would think totally just end a career. Still been a very good shooter. Sometimes he likes shooting a little much. I think he kind of thinks of himself as more of a creator than he is, and he kind of becomes like this shot chucker, which is not great for your team. Defense is not great anymore. I don't even know if it's good anymore. It's fine. Just hard to, move your feet on the perimeter after multiple catastrophic leg injuries. So that makes sense. And he is, of course, getting up there in age. But that being said, veteran savvy, got the know-how, going to be in the right place at the right time. Definitely a guy you can rely on when he's out there on the floor to make the right decision, unless the ball is in his hands, because then he might shoot it with 18 seconds on the clock because he really likes shooting the ball. At this point in his career, I would think I'd probably still take him over Gary Trent Jr. So I'd probably put him in the C tier.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Because I was thinking D tier.
Yeah, yeah. Talk to me, baby.
Yeah, I watched quite a bit of Mavericks last year, and wasn't blown away with what he can do, and I only think it's going to get worse, you know. And his verticals up, his horizontal movements are so much slower than they used to be. He was
Yeah,
throwing the ball up. I mean, he had flashes, but everyone has flashes here and there. I think he trusts himself too much, if that's like even a way
yeah,
to put it. I think there's a bit of hubris with it. I don't know. I don't know because I think Klay Thompson actually seems like he wouldn't have that, but he plays like he's like, oh no, I'm Klay Thompson. My name's Klay Thompson. I am a game six Klay. I have done it before. I will sink like 11 threes or whatever he did in that one
right.
game. I think it was eight, but. I just don't think he's there, and I think it's just getting worse, and it's just regressing, and that's natural. That's fine. Um, I just don't think he's up there anymore. I would rather have Gary Trent Jr. on my team than Clay, honestly. But
Mm,
I think C tier does make sense. I was thinking behind Gary Trent. I mean, even though I said
okay,
D tier, I was like, I just don't think he's better than Gary Trent.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, if you put Klay Thompson in the position that Gary Trent was in on the Bucks, would anything have changed better or worse? I'm not sure. Not sure.
Yeah, not likely. That's my opinion. I didn't mean to be so negative about Klay Thompson. I mean, he's fine. He's a
This
fine
guy
guy.
sucks, man.
Dude, I hate Klay Thompson, dude. Least favorite shooting guard. We
All
got
right, you got the
Nuggets.
Nuggets. That's gonna be Christian Brown.
Christian Brown really had an underrated season last year. He played really well with this team. I think this is his third year. Um,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, and came off the championship the year before. Last year,
No, maybe
trusted
his
him a
fourth
lot.
year.
You're right, fourth year. Sorry,
So
yeah,
he was on that Nuggets title team
they won the
as a
championship
rookie.
2 years ago because I remember 2 years ago. And once they lost KCP last year in free agency, they really trusted Christian Brown to really take over that shooting guard spot. And I will say, for the most part, he did a really good job. When you're playing
Yeah.
with the best player in the NBA, they do a really good job of setting you up. But Christian Brown, since he's been there his whole career, that's the system he knows. He plays really well within that system. He can
Hmm.
defend pretty well. His offense, he hustles, and I love that. I wouldn't say he's like the best shooter, the best at anything in particular, but he's just a really good role player for what the Nuggets need. He doesn't shoot the ball necessarily too much. He's not a liability on defense. He's out there, he's hustling, he's doing his best. I like Christian Brown. I think he's really good. Compared to maybe some other shooting guards on this list, I don't know if he makes the jump to B tier. I feel like he's more of a C tier, but I would probably put him like C tier, maybe like behind Jared McCain. But I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, underrated, I think is a good word for Christian Brown's last season. I do think his defense is also underrated. Like he's pretty good at holding his own against some of the league's best guards, I would say. Which is surprising to me because it doesn't seem like that would kind of be his thing, but it was. And then yeah, just a lot of smart plays for a relatively young NBA career. Worth noting, he came in, I believe, after a 4-year stint at Kansas, like 22 years old. So definitely came in a little more veteran than people of that class. And he kind of flashes that know-how when he's out on the court. I think just kind of making smart plays and being in the right place at the right time. And that's an underrated skill in the NBA. I think, like you mentioned, doesn't really not a lot of holes in his game, but there's not like this great ceiling with any aspect of his game either. Honestly, when I was looking at our list here, I was thinking back of B tier. That is where my mind went.
I'm fine with that. I honestly think he's going to have a really good season too this year. We're projecting. So, um, I like Christian Brown a lot. I had my doubts, honestly, when KCP left and he had to fill in that void, and I was pleasantly surprised. Definitely one of those players I really had, I wouldn't say like a low expectation, but you know, I thought he was still trying to get his like feet under him basically in this league, and he's got him. So, yeah, I
His
think he's
his
really
feet are
good.
there. We've seen him.
I've seen them, and they're
Uh,
not someone else's. They're definitely his. So that's also a
they're
good start too.
I don't even know what that means. I've
I
seen his
just
feet.
just because like Chris Middleton, like he's like got
Oh,
different,
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
Lonzo's got different people's knees and so. Anyways,
Right.
hey,
Okay.
uh-oh,
Let's talk about the
uh-oh.
Rockets.
Ooh, what's
So,
gonna happen? Okay.
originally, this lineup was going to be Fred VanVleet, Amin Thompson, Kevin Durant, Jabari, Şengün. So far, we did Şengün for centers. We did Jabari Smith at power forward, Kevin Durant at small forward. Now the Fred VanVleet injury news came out. Um, this lineup has Aaron Holiday projected as the starting one. I don't think that will happen. I think Amin Thompson will probably shift over to point guard because he has the ability to handle the ball. That would be my biggest guess. And I think they're going to start a massive lineup next to him. I think what happened at Media Day, actually, I was looking into this a little earlier. Ime Udoka said Amin, KD at the two, Jabari Smith, Şengün, Steven Adams is what he said as the starting five, and he was like, it's going to be a huge lineup. I don't know if he called it the starting lineup, but he did talk about that five-man group in particular. Um, that'll be fun. But for our purposes, I'm not going to rank Steven Adams as a shooting guard. So with if I think Amin Thompson will be the one, I think I'm willing to say Tari Eason can be the starting shooting guard because he's about the same size as he might be a little smaller actually than both Kevin Durant and Jabari Smith, who I think will start. And he started a lot last year, so I wouldn't be like that surprised if he
Hmm.
started some games here and there. But that's probably if they go with the Steven Adams thing, like we're far past that point. Um, but I put Tari Eason's picture on here, and Amon
Yeah,
Thompson was already on here.
that's so tough because I
I
gotta
don't
say
think they're going to start Aaron Holiday or Reed Shepard. I don't think that's going to
I
happen.
was gonna say I gotta say I don't love this lineup. I think there's some holes in it. Um, But I was like, okay, so then Reed Shepherd's starting. And then I was imagining watching a game and they're on defense and Reed Shepherd's like this 5'4" guy surrounded by these just like, taller guys. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Tari Eason's shooting guard is better than that. So we can put Tari Eason here. Also, I love talking about Tari Eason. So tell me about Tari
Yeah,
Eason.
yeah, yeah. Love Tari Eason's game. Uh, came into that weird draft class where he picked four first-round picks, and he was maybe the best pick. Um, no, Şengün was in that draft. It was probably
Yeah,
Şengün.
I was
It,
gonna
it
say.
was, I believe, in order. It was. Jalen Green, pick 2. I believe it was Tari Eason was pick. Nope. No, I think it was Tari Eason was pick 17. And I think Shingun was like pick 21. And then Josh Christopher was like pick 28 or something like that. That
Yeah.
was like the 4 players we got that year. Weird draft class. Actually, I might be mixing draft classes.
I was gonna
I feel like
say,
Usman Garuba was in this draft class too. It's like I think I'm mixing draft classes. Point made. I think I lied. I think Shingun, Christopher, and Garuba were all part of a different draft class. Anyways, Tari Eason, great two-way player, has had some injury issues in his career. He is one of those guys that has defense, hustle, and you love that. He has a crazy motor. I went to a bunch of Rockets games. I've mentioned that before, and I've seen him literally get his own rebound 7 times in a row because he keeps missing layups, but he keeps jumping before everybody else to get the rebound. It's kind of this fun thing where he can't make the layup, but at least he really keeps trying, and he does that. He tries a lot. He has kind of grown a lot as an offensive weapon, cutting to the basket, even shooting a little bit. He's not a bad shooter by any means, but he's just not that consistent, not that trustworthy. But if you pass to him for a corner three, like you feel okay about it. And then great slasher, great cutter, like I mentioned, and yeah, the defense, the hustle is just there. Great role player. Honestly, looking at our list here, I would put him. It's tough. I feel like Jared McCain will have a better season than Tari Eason. So I feel like that means Tari Eason has to be right there in between him and Gary Trent on the C tier.
just to update you real quick, I was looking at the Rockets draft history and they didn't have
Yeah,
Alperen Sengun. I was like, this is messed up. I didn't realize he was drafted by the Thunder technically.
yeah, it was a traded pick.
Yeah, so he was 2021. So it was Jalen Green, number two, Usman Garuba,
Yeah.
23, Josh Christopher, 24, and then I don't know what number Shingun was, but that's just that year.
Oh,
And
so
then,
I was just wrong about the guy we're talking about, Terry Eason. I got the rest of the draft class correct. And then
yeah,
I said 4 players that were in the draft class, and then somebody that wasn't. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
2022 is Jabari Smith at three, and then Tari Eason 17
Ah, that makes sense.
via the Nets. See, that has it
Yeah.
from the Nets, but they don't have, anyways, whatever. Everything you said, I do love Tari Eason. I think he's a great NBA player, and I trust him, which is why I probably have him a little bit like higher than like Gary Trent or Klay Thompson. Jared McCain has that ceiling, so I like the placement of him behind Jared McCain. But yeah, Tari Eason is just a dependable player on the defensive side, and on offense, he's not too much of a liability. He gets out in transition. I feel like that's where he gets most of his offense. At least that's where I feel like I see it mostly. He's not really the one
Yeah.
creating his own shots, but when he's open and he gets he's not afraid to take a shot. Absolutely. But he really thrives in transition and on defense and just that hustle. So definitely a player I would like on a team.
Because I'm not sure if he really is the starter and how much opportunity he's going to get minutes wise and stuff, I think is really the only thing holding me back from putting him behind like Dyson Daniels. Like in a world where Tari Eason is our starting shooting guard and plays like 30 minutes a game, I can definitely see him having a better season than like Herb Jones or Christian Brown. I just don't know if he'll get that opportunity because I feel like the
Yeah,
Rockets have a much deeper roster.
I agree. And that's honestly a good problem to have as well. You'd rather, you know, more minutes played, more cause for injury possibly. So if you can just spread out these guys, and especially having him a shooting guard is insane. Let's just say that. If
Yeah,
they run with that,
apparently the lineup is supposed to be even bigger, where it's Kevin Durant as the shooting guard. So we'll see what the Rockets roll out day one.
I'm very curious. I will be. It is opening day, so I will be watching that as well. I think it's against the Lakers, right?
Who knows, man? I know they
I
play on
know.
Christmas.
I know Christmas exactly. Here, I'll look it up. Who do I got? The Heat. Who we
Yeah,
talking
Tyler
about?
Hero will
The
be injured at the start of the season, but when he comes back, he'll be the starting point guard.
broken Tyler Hero. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, buzz cut Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero is a really great scorer. He has dropped a 40 ball before. When he's hot, he's really hot. Cannot play defense. Will he ever play defense? Huge question there. Every year he does manage to take a step in scoring, but I feel like it's because the Heat are also losing better players. Like you you lost Struess and Gabe Vincent when you made that finals run. Tyler Hero had to step up. He did. scoring. You lost Jimmy Butler last year. Tyler Hero stepped up scoring. And I mean, they really haven't replaced that scoring. I mean, they got Norman Powell, but he's coming off the bench, right? We talked about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he's still going to be a great scorer, but besides that, I really don't trust. Like, he can handle the ball, but besides that, I don't trust him. And especially with him like getting this injury, and I'm glad he's taking care of this before the season starts. We'll see what the Heat do. Um, I mean, when Tyler Hero's at his best, I mean, you know, B level, but B tier. But like, who would I rather have on my team? It's tough because I feel like I can trust some of these guys more on both sides of the ball, which is crazy to say, but none of them can put up 40. I feel like the only one on here I really trust to put up 40 is like Jared McCain if he's given the reins of the team,
If the
or maybe
rest of the team is injured.
yeah, or if Mikal Bridges like just has one of those games.
Yeah.
But sometimes basketball's not all about scoring. So, because he does have like that, I'll put him at when he's at his best, he is the top of B tier for sure. But like, I don't, I just want everyone here who's listening, I don't tr exactly trust it.
3 years in a row, the Tyler Hero slander from Dom.
It's just
Uh,
never gonna. He's gotta. The thing, because again, like if I don't like a player and I watch him and they make me change my mind. Tyler Hero's not made me change my mind.
yeah, the defense is definitely a question mark, and I mean, doesn't really have the tools to be a great defender. Like he's not like physically,
Yeah.
of a great stature or anything like that. But that's not an excuse. We have plenty of guys that are just hustle and stuff, and he can put parts of that in his game. And part of it is probably the amount of offense that he was responsible for that Miami team. It's like, yeah, I'm actually a little tired on the defensive end because I'm doing everything for our team when it comes to scoring and stuff with the exit of Jimmy Butler. Haven't seen it jump from Bam Adebayo yet, so Tyler Hero has been the guy. Made an All-Star team last year for it. Another guy too that I think when I'm watching where he gets into these moments where I'm like, this guy is not going to miss. He's just going to keep shooting these like come off of screen threes right over a guy and they go in every time, and it's kind of crazy. And that is obviously a talent in of itself. And then I think over his course of his career, he has developed into a pretty good ball handler. Not quite the playmaker I think he wants to be at yet. Even though he's not technically the point guard, I think he does have the ball in his hands a lot. So he does need to still develop as a facilitator a little bit more to be like elite at offense specifically. And then yeah, defense liability, scoring, all three levels. It used to just be kind of shooting. Now it's kind of everything. Honestly, when I looked at the name or I heard the name, I looked at the list. I was like, is Tyler Hero an A tier shooting guard? But I'll settle for the top of B tier. If
Dude,
I'll settle.
what the
And
hell?
it's crazy because I feel like I don't even like Tyler Hero either.
I
I,
I I know, but I keep every year I'm like, am I being objective or subjective? Like what's happening? And every year I'm like, no, like this is why I feel. It's like, what am I not seeing? But you
I
know,
mean, like, you know, if you take Dyson Daniels' defense and Tyler Hero's offense, you have an S tier player.
yeah. But he's not he's not that. Anyways, it's
Yeah.
fine. We'll keep going because right
I
now
guess there
my
is an
this
argument that can be made that Dyson Daniels' defense is better than Tyler Hero's offense.
I mean that's anyways,
I think it's
but I
probably clearly true, but offense is probably a little more valuable. So,
it's flashier and definitely shows off more, and it fills the stat sheets, and I get that. So, that's the reason why he's an all-star. It's
yeah.
not because he defended his ass off.
It's also
Because
because the Hawks will never get two All-Stars. They actually can't even get one All-Star. Trae Young hasn't been an All-Star in like 3 years,
which is crazy.
which is crazy because he's
Pistons.
like, stat sheet wise, he's the same player as Tyler Hero, except he has more assists.
Yeah, which I appreciate more. So it's an interesting comparison. But tell me about the Pistons. We got Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey, yeah, where is he at? I don't even see him. I'm blind.
Why am I missing? Where
If he's
is
not
he?
on here, I'm gonna be annoyed that I didn't put him on here. Here he is.
Oh,
That's
okay.
him.
Oh,
I
what
was looking
the? That
for
was Quentin
the
Grimes.
yeah, I was
Oh,
looking
I
for
see. Okay.
the like blue jersey for some reason.
Yeah, me too.
Um, all right, Jaden Ivey. Missed a lot of last year with that leg injury, unfortunately. Should be coming back starting off this year, healthy again. Jaden Ivey is very interesting in his career with the Pistons, of course, has been mostly the Cade Cunningham show, who has the ball in his hands a lot. I think Jaden Ivey is one of those two guards, kind of like Anthony Edwards and Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell, even, where he really needs the ball in his hands to kind of show what he's capable of. Not saying he's the talent level of those players, but I think how he plays basketball is similar, in which he needs to create for himself. He's not a spot up shooter, he's more of a slasher type. Defense is kind of whatever, not been great or bad, not worth saying either way. I think it's just been fine. Um, yeah, I'm expecting a good year for Jaden Ivey. I mean, watching this team have success without you for the first time in your career, that this team is doing anything that isn't tanking, and you're sitting on the bench with an injury, has to light a fire, I imagine. I hope. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm projecting. So, looking at our list here, I would put Jaden Ivey behind Tari Eason in the C tier, I think. I think he'll have a good season. Um, but I love Tari Eason, so
Yeah, I a part of me wants to put him above Tari Eason because that ceiling, man, that ceiling could be so
the ceiling
good.
it's there.
But
I just don't know if he'll get it with the ball in Cade's hand so much.
I was just about to say that. Stop taking the words out of my mouth,
Ah, ha,
man.
ha. We finish
Uh,
each other's sandwiches.
I was, yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I like Jaden Ivey a lot. I like his game, but again, it really is dependent on him having the ball. And what I kind of expect from Jaden Ivey is seeing what happened last year. Hey, this team can be really, really good without me making it to the playoffs. I just want to make it better. So I feel like he'll probably play like unselfish basketball. And in that, his own stock will take a hit, but he'll be able to just be where the ball's going to end up when Cade tosses it. And then when Cade is on the bench, then it can be the Jaden Ivey show a little bit. He'll have some help with you got Tobias Harris there still, and you got Karis LeVert, so people that will like be able to kind of spread it. But I definitely like his offensive game more because it is more explosive. So I can put him behind Tari Eason.
Yeah, put some respect on his name.
I like all these players. I
Yeah,
can't.
I
Some
like our
more than
list so
others.
far.
Yeah. Well, no, it's fine. It's good. Ah,
What?
yes.
I just
Oh, it's
I don't know why it
early.
says lost. I don't know why it says Los Angeles. That was weird.
Dude, I'm not lost. I've been found. And I found my way back to you. Austin Reeves.
That's the one.
Austin Reeves had a really good season last year. He's just getting better at scoring. His defense is improving. It's not. It's had an interesting dip because when he came in, he's like, "Oh, I want to play defense." He basically was like the Alex Caruso Jr. when he came in, and then he had flashes that he could really create on his own. Last year and the year before, even with the in the playoffs with the I'm him moment and things of that nature. Really, people could see what he was able to do. Last year, he was able to kind of grow upon that. And then with the addition of Luca, I mean, Austin Reeves is just where he needs to be, and Luca just feeds him the ball. It's really beautiful basketball to watch. That being said, he has some. He's not the best on defense. He is trying, but he has an issue where he'll foul. That's kind of
Hmm.
what I've noticed. He kind of like to reaches in, and he tries to kind of predict, and it gets him in foul trouble. But I like Austin Reeves a lot, and I trust him with the ball. He's been with this team the whole career, and he's played with LeBron the whole time, and I like him a lot. He's an A tier player. He's not Mikal Bridges A tier. He's an A tier basketball player.
Austin Reeves is better than Tyler Hero, you say? Hmm.
Damn it! Damn it!
Suspicious.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn
One
it!
spot above Tyler Hero. All-star Tyler Hero. Hmm.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. The East,
Yeah, the
think
East
about
is,
it.
is weak.
The East is weak. Yeah.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking the same spot. I don't really know why. Like, I feel like it's more of an eye test thing than a stat sheet thing. Like when I watch him, I'm just like, that guy knows what he's doing out there. And it must be like, it's an interesting position, right? Like you're playing with LeBron and Anthony Davis, two just phenomenal players. Then one of those players gets traded for Luca, who is like a top three player, but also way more of a ball handler than Anthony Davis. So now your role changes dramatically because now you have two massive use guys on your team, yet you're still supposed to provide this other stuff. And I think he has been able to adapt to that from what I've seen admirably, and I think has made himself a respectable third star, if you will, in the LA Laker market. So I'm okay with this.
Very cool. Thank you, King. Thank you for
I
agreeing with me.
concede. Austin Reeves better than Tyler Hero, I guess.
Well, I think every year it flip-flops. Last year we put Hero up there, and now it's going to be Austin Reeves. We'll see what happens, but the Lakers I think are also playing for a bit more than the Heat. Even though the Heat always find a way, right? It's kind of crazy, but
Yeah, we'll get to our standings. I don't think they're finding a way this year, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. The East is pretty weak still.
yeah,
On to the Toronto Raptors and Rowan
yes.
Alexander Barrett Jr., RJ Barrett, if that's what the commoners know him as, but real
I
fans know him by the real name.
I didn't even realize what's his full name? It's the first time I heard.
First name Rowan, middle name Alexander, last name Barrett Jr.
That's so crazy.
So Rowan Jr.
Tell me about
RJ.
Rowan.
I'll tell you a little bit about Rowan. Good name, underrated name, Rowan.
It's a good name.
Interesting player. Number three overall pick for the Knicks from that Zion Duke draft class, if you don't remember. And I think he had a lot of weird narrative things around him because he didn't really develop into the star that he was projected to be, especially coming out of high school. I think he was the number one player in that high school class, um, even over Zion, I think, for a bit there. So obviously lots of potential from the shooting guard position. He's like 6'6". That's like a great height for that position. Has flashed the creation, the ability to play make, the ability to score on all three levels, the ability to defend. The issue is that he just doesn't always do all of that efficiently. Sometimes it's a little shot checky. Sometimes he's making some kind of IQ mistakes in terms of where to pass the ball, where he's supposed to be on defense, etc. Um, this is like year six of his career somehow, which makes me feel ancient. And he still hasn't quite found himself as like a consistent, reliable NBA player. I still think the ceiling is there. I still think growth can be had. Looking at our list here, though, I feel like, individual talent wise, I would probably think he's better than Christian Brown on B tier. But in terms of what he contributes to winning, I don't think is close. And I think Christian Brown fits that role really nicely, which kind of makes me want to throw RJ down to the C tier somewhere. Um, where is a question?
That's tough, man. I just don't agree. That's
Where do you
so
think he
tough.
goes?
I I ever since RJ Barrett went to the Raptors, he's just played better. I will say this. I would put him higher if Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes weren't on the team.
Yeah.
Because I think
Oh, do you think he's lower?
no, I thought it was gonna be higher, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I like him a lot.
Yeah. I like it
But
too. I see the consistency.
I totally agree. I think last year was one of the first years where he actually was consistent for a bit, and he was flirting with a triple double like for a stretch of games and everything. And I like to see that. But the thing is, there was a lot of people out, so he was able to just kind of like do his thing, and they were losing. Don't get me wrong, they were losing these games. Um,
Right.
but he was playing really good basketball, well-rounded basketball, and defensively, yeah, we don't talk. It's okay. He's fine. But when he's at his best, I really like his game. I understand though, like who I'd rather have on the team, but I'll have to agree. Okay, we'll put him behind Christian Brown. He's got to be B tier for me. He's that good,
Yeah.
but I won't say he should go higher because I think the situation isn't really going to benefit him as much as it would if it was really just the RJ Barrett show.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think if you put RJ Barrett on the Nuggets instead of Christian Brown, are they better?
Oh,
So
I
it's
don't
tough. It's a tough
know.
question.
Yeah, well, also I also forgot to mention like Emmanuel Quickley's back too, so that's another person that's just
Hmm.
like gonna take away ball handling stuff, and he definitely needs the ball too. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. RJ
It's weird.
Barrett.
He's like a star that's not a star. Like he plays like a star, doesn't play like a role player.
Yeah,
He's not like star level. So I think maybe if he could consolidate perhaps some of his game, focus on a couple specific things that he becomes like really, really good at, maybe that would help. Because I feel
yeah,
like right now it's like I'm looking at a scale of skills, and rather than, elite, elite, good, good, bad, bad, it's like good, 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 good. It's just like
yeah.
he's
It's just
like
like
okay at everything.
slightly above the average, slightly above the
Yeah,
average, slightly above the average. Yeah. What would on this Raptors team? What would you want him to work on? That's the one thing we want to see
great
differently from him.
question. Yeah, I think honestly this kind of goes for him and Emmanuel quickly. He needs some playmaking on this team, man. A lot of I'm gonna dribble around and shoot the mid-range ball on this squad from like basically everyone in the starting lineup that isn't Jakob Poeltl. So we need some playmaking for sure, ball handling, working as the pick and roll guy, coming off the pick, making the right pass, and working on facilitating. Yeah, I think that's a thing that he could add to his arsenal.
Yeah, I think there could be a really fun thing going between him and IQ of like being able to like kind of two-man game at the top and play make.
Two-man game, roll credits. We're done. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. If
It's
they're
over.
able to like really make it a threat from there and also like extend their range, like become very dependable from there, like I would love that backcourt in all honesty. And
Yeah.
then like RJ Barrett was, I mean, he can also rebound too. Like he was doing really well last season.
Yeah.
I watched too much Raptors basketball. They were
Yeah, you're
losing
right.
a lot.
That was your kind of Eastern Conference pet team last year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens this year. Who's going to be that this
Uh,
year? But
yes, sirree.
yes.
Let's take a look at the GSWs.
Oh God. Oh geez. Um.
Good luck. Yeah,
Yeah.
so looking at their
Pods.
depth chart, we have pods. I looked at the games last year because the this depth chart, the other one I remember had Buddy Hield on it. Um,
Mm,
Buddy Hield had a great playoffs for them,
yeah.
which is why I'm like, okay. Pods was their starter last season for the start of it, but he kind of fell off and had a little bit of a slump. I also put Moses Moody because he started like 20 games last year too. They all started like 20 to 30 games. So those are your three options for the Warriors starting shooting guard.
If I'm being honest, I like Buddy Hield the most out of them.
Yeah,
But if you're trying to think like, okay, everyone else on this team is like 45 years old. Buddy Hield is not 45, but he's older than, if you
right.
want someone who's able to like run the floor and like hustle and stuff, then like I understand like pods.
Maybe they just
But
run out the old men. They got Al, they got Draymond, Jimmy, Steph, and Buddy. They just got the old men out there. That's their
and then
lineup.
and then you got the fresh legs coming out. I mean, like I can see it honestly. And what I will say, what I respect about the Warriors is that they do play just whoever is the best. Like they're not gonna just like play who
Yeah,
they think.
Steve Kerr does not shy away. He's like,
Yeah. So
I
I
don't
do
like this guy. You're not playing anymore.
I respect that as a coach because some people just play people because I mean we can talk about Darvin Ham playing Russell Westbrook as a starter even though he shouldn't
Hey,
have.
hey, hey now, hey now.
Hey,
Hold
hey,
on.
I'm just saying off the bench he was
You went
unlocked.
after me earlier for going after you. This is your revenge, is it?
No, I mean, it was just that time. Anyways, I just like when a coach does what's best for the team, not what's best for a player. So, if
Yeah.
I was a coach, I would play Buddy Hield first. I would start him, honestly.
All right, Coach Dom, tell me where you think Buddy falls on the list.
Like D tier, probably, but no, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I like Buddy. I,
thanks.
I like no. So Buddy Hield is interesting because he has over his career one of the highest 3-point percentages in the league. I think in the history of the league,
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
been an
kind of
absolute machine.
yeah, and he's hopscotched around Pelicans, Kings, Sixers, Pacers, and now ended up in the Warriors, which I like. I liked him on the Warriors a lot. Like you said, he had a really good playoff season last year. Um, I think he used to be a lot better as a defender. He still is very good. Um,
Uh, I don't know about that.
Really?
Yeah, describing Buddy Hield as a very good defender does not feel right to me.
Does it sound
I feel like
casual?
he's always been pretty bad.
Oh,
Uh,
I don't think so. I think he's been good at least. Here, let's meet in the
this guy
middle.
doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm scrolling on to the next video.
Let's meet in the middle. He's average or below average.
Okay, sure.
He's definitely gotten worse. I'm not saying he's gotten better. He's gotten worse.
I
Um,
think there's an argument that James Harden's a better defender than Buddy Hield. Yeah, I know. That's how bad I think Buddy Hield's
is this what we're talking about now? Is this what we're talking about? No.
James Harden, by the way, defense has gotten better.
I know, but I don't think he's better than Buddy. Anyways, that's a different conversation. But Buddy Hield can shoot the ball really well, and that can't be taken away from him. And I trust him. He's a veteran. He's been on a lot of teams, but he's not shied away from the light, and he's like made really good plays when needed. And he's also a plug and play. Like if you need him to like play 30, 35 minutes, he'll do it. If you just need him to play 20, it's fine. So I like him a lot in that respect, and he fits this Warrior scheme really well. He was just fitting it really well when he came in last year.
Yeah.
And I mean that being said, like I would probably put him like above Klay Thompson in the C tier.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had a very, very good playoffs for the Warriors. Happy for really his first playoff experience. Technically, he did log some minutes for the Sixers last year in that disastrous first round series they had. But this is really his first actual taste of it. Really came on late in the season. Yeah, you mentioned the three-point shooting. Very good. Defense, we can argue about. I don't think he's that good, but whatever. Um, but
I'll
over
watch
those
more tape.
playoffs,
I'll watch more tape, man. Sorry
he's
about
a
that.
microwave, man. He gets going. It's like, oh, yep, that's going in. That's also going in. And I think his shooting is so good and so valuable, and how good he was in the playoffs, especially, of course, I watched every minute of the series against the Rockets. He was a dagger to us multiple times. I think I'd move him above Gary Trent. That's just one extra spot.
Yeah, no, I was thinking honestly that too. I didn't want to seem too casual. I'm
Do you
sorry,
know
I'm just
Buddy
kidding.
Hield's real first name?
Uh, Mark.
It's like Chavarro. It's like not
It's he
normal
is
English name.
he is from
It's from the Bahamas.
yeah, I was gonna say he's Bahamian, but he's I don't know what to say people from the Bahamas with.
Bohemian.
He's not Bohemian either. Hold on, I'm gonna look up his name real quick. Oh, it says it is Bohemian. It's no Bahamian, sorry, but still.
Bahamian. Oh my God.
Is this his name's Buddy? That's wrong.
It's like Chavarro.
Give me his
I
full
don't
name.
remember it off the top of my head, but something like that.
Oh, Rainier Healed. Chavano. Wait.
So I understand going by Buddy. That's a tough name.
Yeah, who'd you get? I missed it.
I got the Utah Jazz, baby.
Oh, your favorite.
So the Jazz are weird. We gotta talk about the. Let's look at the depth chart. This is when we gotta pull up the depth chart.
Let
Uh-oh, Damon's pulling up
us.
the depth chart again.
Oh, pull
Okay.
it.
So when
What
we
the
did
heck?
this, we had Walker Kessler at the five, Laurie Markkinen at the four, Ace Bailey at the three. I was pretty happy with that. Here's where I get confused because I think Keontae George, you can make an argument for. He's 6'3". He's not very tall, but I wouldn't be surprised if they started him and Isaiah Collier. Isaiah Collier probably had the best rookie season out of their people last year, especially towards the end. Walter Clayton is a new rookie too. Bryce Sensabaugh had good minutes for them last year. He just hasn't played a ton, but he is 6'5". He's that shooting guard height. And that's about it. I think everybody else up here is too big. These guys are wings or bigs. So really, I'm in between Keontae George if they want a very small backcourt of Isaiah Collier, Keontae George, um, Bryson Sabah. Those are kind of the two guys.
I think it makes sense to have Keontae George start as point guard and then Bryce Sensabaugh as a shooting guard. And then Isaiah Collier providing some scoring off the bench. Because I don't know Bryce Sensabaugh's game too much, but I feel like he's not really
Yeah, Keontae's
uh
6'4", so he's a little taller than I gave him credit for.
yeah. But yeah, I
I
think
thought he
he's like
said six
6'1".
one.
I'm gonna guess he's 6'1".
He's yeah, I think he is 6'1". He's like he's 6'3", I think.
Oh, 6'3".
Uh, I'm wrong. I'm dumb.
Well, Bryson Sabah.
Bryson Spa 6'5". I looked that up
Okay.
earlier.
Um, then maybe you just play your best players. I mean, the Jazz, you're not really playing for anything. Maybe you do have Keontae George and Isaiah Collier. I don't love it. I feel like Bryson Sabah plays more defense. I didn't watch a lot though. Do you know?
Not a lot of Jazz tape on the brain, I will say. And I mean, Keontae George did also have a pretty bad spell last season where he just looked really bad,
Yeah.
super inefficient on offense. So I really don't know what this team's going to do. Like, I have no clue. Maybe they do start George Niang at the four, or even bring up like
Dude,
I wouldn't be
what?
terribly surprised. I don't know if you remember last year, Taylor Hendricks had a really brutal leg injury.
Oh
But
yeah.
he's like 6'8", power forward height. Kyle Filipowski, really good summer league. He started at the four, and they did go with that huge lineup. It's just like I know it happened in Cleveland, but Lauri Markkanen is 7 feet tall. If we're having Lauri Markkanen play the small forward, something is wrong with your team construction, probably. So it feels weird to have that. And Cody Williams was so bad last season. I don't see him
Yeah,
starting as a
you cannot have Jusuf Nurkic play minutes when you have Filipowski who can play the center. You
for sure.
cannot.
Can't
And
or
especially
the
you
legend Oscar Tshiebwe.
will play Kevin Love above Nurkic too. I
Yeah,
don't care how old he is. Anyways, whatever.
Mo Bamba, come on, he's on this roster, I guess.
He's not a bad player. I didn't know my mom was there, I will say, but
I will say this is 21 players. You can have 15 on your NBA roster. So, uh, by the time the season comes around, not all these guys will be here.
yeah, it's interesting makeup right here. But yeah, so what's your decision?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Here's what's going to answer my decision. Who is their backup point guard if Keontae and Isaiah Collier start? Is it just Walter Clayton? Because if that's the case, I don't like that. So
Who
I'm going to
the
say
heck?
Bryson Sabah.
Yeah,
Well,
let's yeah,
Walter Clayton was their 18th overall pick this year.
got
Um,
it.
Bryson Spa, I don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just not there. I'm not tuning in to Jazz basketball the last couple seasons when he's been there because they're so bad. Um, I heard good things towards the end of last season that he was coming on a little bit, but you know, it's the Jazz. I honestly don't have a lot of like valuable input here. And we spent a bunch of time talking about who the player is going to start anyways. So honestly, like I could just slap him on the DTR and call it a day. Like that's kind of where
Yeah.
I'm at.
Yeah, I will say d definitely throw him the D tier and spin the wheel because I'm not gonna say a lot. But I but I it's such a mean thing to say. I didn't realize it until it came out of my mouth. Oh God. Oh jeez. I'm sorry, Bryce. I'm
Oh
sorry.
man,
It wasn't even about
so
Bryson Sabah.
good.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna make a point to watch more Utah Jazz basketball this year.
Oh
That's it.
man,
I
Dom's a
just
masochist confirmed.
spin the wheel, man.
Purposefully watching Utah. Yeah, yuck.
Oh my God. Is it Hornets? Yeah.
Sorry, man. There's 30 NBA teams and there's 15 games happening every night. So the Jazz are going to be on the bottom of that list for me.
Yeah, it's not, I will get League Pass again. I just like League Pass because I really can just throw on a game anytime. And I said I'm gonna try to watch more Jazz. If it is just like nails on chalkboard, I'm not gonna be watching them. But I'm gonna try.
I don't know if it's like watch paint dry or watch Jazz Wizards. It's a tough call.
Wizards I don't hate. Anyways, that's a different conversation. But who do we got? The Hornets, right?
Yes, so that's going to be Brandon Miller. We decided was going to be there too. I had to upload his picture because I think they assumed he was going to be the starting small forward. We
Mm.
decided that was going to be Con Knippel. They had Con Knippel here,
Gotcha.
but
Uh, Brendan Miller has just been getting better every year. His shooting's gotten better, and when LaMelo Ball is out, he's able to handle the ball pretty well. And he had some really good games where he just kind of had a takeover, and they won games because of him. And um, didn't know a lot about him before he came in. And there's a lot of controversy. You get Scoot, you get Brandon Miller, like all that draft kind of stuff. And I think the Hornets made a really good pick. He's a really good wing. He can play defense relatively well for a young guy. He's getting better at it. And I'm pretty high on Brandon Miller, if I'm being honest. Where I think he's going to be this season, I could see him like C tier above Buddy Hield, which is higher than like I probably would have thought before I watched a lot of him. He might even be higher, but when I think about who I want on my team, maybe above Jaden Ivey too, just because he'll have more opportunity. I feel like because LaMelo Ball is going to be out for 60 games. Okay, I'm kidding, but I like Brandon Miller. He's a really good NBA player.
Professional LaMelo ball hater.
That's just
Yeah,
objective. That that
I,
is
I
that is me being subjective as hell, I will say.
think Brandon Miller's pretty awesome. Honestly, I like him a lot. I think the injury that ended his season last year is pretty unfortunate. He was really starting to come on as kind of a secondary option for this Hornets team that doesn't have a ton going on for it in the positive direction. When I looked at our list, I'll be honest, you said maybe you were too high. But I was like behind Dyson Daniels. Like I'm projecting a jump. I'm projecting a great season from this guy because what else are the Hornets going to do?
Look, I'm honestly fine with that. I like Brandon Miller a lot, and I'm worried that maybe like Sexton having the ball will kind of diminish the role
I
that he
don't
had
think
last
Sexton's
year.
going to play a lot.
And we'll find out. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm fine with putting Brandon Miller up there because I really do like him and trust him as a player, and he's just getting better. And I like him. I'll tell you, I like him a lot more than other players on the Hornets, and that's not a
Tell you what,
surprise.
my Hornets should have taken Scoot over Brandon Miller at pick 2 years ago. Take us looking worse and worse by the minute. looking looking
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. Also, we didn't talk about this, but Scoot's going to be out for the beginning of the season too.
I didn't even see that. Wow.
Yeah, he's going to be out like 6 to 8 weeks.
Jesus. Well, I
And
know who we're not talking about for their starting point guard. So
yeah, well, the crazy thing so whatever reason, the last like 2 or 3 years, the Blazers and Clippers always play like the first or second game of the season, and
interesting.
I've
And it's
gone the
always
last two
in
years.
LA.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go
Mm,
again this year, and I'm not gonna be able to see Scoop.
yeah, that's a tragedy.
It's okay. I watched Denny Avdija just totally demolish the Clippers last year. They won. It was like that was such a good game. Anyways.
I know you got called out for the Blazers jumper in the
Well,
wall.
I couldn't wear it. I was upset. Now I don't have to go to the wall. Anyways, it's
Yeah,
different
Brandon
now.
Miller's a dog though. Great
Yeah.
guy, great player. I don't know about great guy. Don't quote me on that. I have no idea if he's a good guy. He's on the
There's a lot
Hornets, so
of
it's a question mark.
there's also controversy of him coming in if you remember. So questionable about being a good guy.
Oh,
But
I don't
or
remember that. But I believe you.
yeah. It was something about like his roommate committed a crime and he didn't like report it, but he didn't know about it. There's a lot of like it was some weird
Uh,
like
Weird.
dorm. Yeah, I don't know if anything came to like fruition from that. I don't remember the details, but it was like sketchy. So that's why people were like, "Oh, you can't trust him. Like his character is in question." Whatever. I'm sure, college is a weird time, so probably just some weird stuff going
Yeah,
on, but he's a good NBA player.
yeah. Non-zero chance. Brandon Miller's the best Charlotte Hornet next year.
You say not a zero chance?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
agreed.
He's good, man. He's a three-level scorer. He's also like 6'7", but he's like a shooting guard, which is a mold I really like.
Oh, I forgot to mention his height. Yeah, I like his height a lot too. I
I
think it
just said
works
six
well.
seven. That's like a TikTok thing, right? 6'7" or whatever. You know what I'm
It's
talking
old.
about?
It's old now, man.
Uh,
It's
uh,
past it now.
they say it at my school, so well, they must be
Oh,
getting all right.
tell him it's over. Tell him LA.
Hey guys, guys,
We're
it's
past
over.
that.
Come on,
We're on to
come on.
6-8.
Ah, I understand it now.
Bad joke. Bad joke.
No, that was good. You got the Grizzlies, by the way. Who's
It's
starting shooting
me.
guard? I guess is
Oh
yeah
shoot.
is no, it's me, it's me. You talked about Randy Miller first. That's my bad.
Yeah,
Um,
I did. Okay.
Contavious Caldwell Pope, I assume, will start at shooting guard for this team after a disaster of a season last year in Orlando, in which he forgot how shooting the ball works. But maybe that's just how Orlando is. I don't know. Maybe it's a little different there. But it's tough. The thing for me is tough because was last year an aberration, or was it the sign of a player that's falling off? That's what I don't know. And I think there were times where he looked like he was getting it together, and I think he did get better. I think he started off really, really bad, and then like he never got back to normal KCP, so like that narrative kind of carried for most of the season. But he wasn't like god awful the entire season. but he was like god awful when it started, and then he was like probably below KCP standard still for most of the season. So theoretically, he shoots and defends well. I think the defense has definitely fallen off as he gets older. The shooting fell off a cliff last year. Hopefully, that can get back to normal this year. But with Ja Morant as your primary playmaker, I think it's important to have spacing around him. I think Desmond Bane did that role super well when he was here. He is not here anymore. KCP is here instead. KCP is less of a creator than Desmond Bane, but I don't think the Grizzlies necessarily need creation with Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson, assuming they both play, because they both have had injury history, of course, in recent years. Um, KCP has fallen though. He's fallen. Last year he had him all the way in A tier for elite role players. God, no, I'm not putting him up there now. So he's like Gary Trent range in the C tier now, man. He's fallen off a cliff, I guess.
Yeah, we love KCP here.
Don't talk to me or my wife unless your name is Contavious Caldwell Pope.
Naming my child Contavious, obviously. My
It's a good
firstborn.
Contavious Batotis. That's a good rate. I
That's
like that.
actually not a bad name. I bet there's a name similar to it in
Yeah,
Lithuanian.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I feel like I honestly, and I don't love saying it, it kind of seemed to me like it's a sign of things to come instead of like, oh, this was year was like he's on the older side for it to be like, oh, that was a bad year. Sorry about that. I'm back. It's kind of like I think he'll have a better season this year, but not like it was on the Nuggets or the Lakers or
Nuggets KCP is gone.
yeah, it's just and that's okay. That's just what happens. People get older. That being said, yeah, I guess you say behind Gary Trent.
No, that's probably the pivot player for me, behind or in front of.
Yeah, behind. I probably have him behind, honestly. I probably trust Gary a little bit
Tough
more.
blow.
It's I mean, we love KCP here, so
Yeah.
brings us no joy to put him in the C tier. I was
Um,
about to say Contavious Caldwell Cope, also
oh, there you
because most
go.
of it is already C's basically.
Yeah.
So pretty fun.
Can you
Who
change
do you
it
got?
his first name to like Centavious?
Contavious Caldwell Cope. That's pretty good. I got Clippers.
All right, Clipper Nation. We got real deal Bradley Beal on the
Wow.
docket for you because he probably starts.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think that they would start. The only other lineup that came to mind when I was looking was like Chris Dunn and James Harden, but I don't think that will happen.
I think he's making too much money. Well,
So they
I
make a
mean,
little 5 mil now.
well, it's because the Phoenix is paying the rest.
All right, right.
Yeah, but
True.
yeah, I personally probably would like Bradley Beal coming off the bench, but I mean, we saw how that worked with the Suns. He's probably going to start just because he
Yeah.
kind of has that what kind of I don't know, I don't want to call it ego, but kind of thinks he should start, and he's really good. He's a really good NBA player. So I'll talk about Bradley Beal. Um, Before he went to I mean, even on the Suns, he had an underrated Suns tenure. It was riddled with injuries and not being able to play. And, we could talk about how his fit was with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, who needed the ball in their hand
It
all the
was
time.
riddled with the Suns sucking and
Yeah.
not being a good team.
Yeah. And, it wasn't all his fault, but he just wasn't a good fit on that team. It was a very strange thing from the beginning, I feel like. It was just too much scoring, too many ball handlers, and not enough people like defending and just knocking down three balls and anyways. So Bradley Beal at his core is a scorer. He can score comfortably at two levels, like probably mid. I trust him in like the um you know to the rim, and then I'm mid range. Couldn't think of the word. Trust him in the mid range. The three ball doesn't fall mostly for him. It has gotten a little. It go here it comes and goes.
It used to
But
be much better. When he was on
it
the
used to be
Wizards,
a
he was a
lot,
sniper.
yeah, it used to be a lot better, and but it just isn't really there anymore. Defense liability, so that's why having a backcourt of, or no, front court, right, of Harden,
Backcourt.
backcourt. I'm always confused. It's never gonna go away. Of Beal and Harden leaves room to be desired. Like you said, Harden has been getting better on defense, and Bradley Beal is just a
Much to your
scorer and a
chagrin.
scorer. Yeah, Clippers are gonna lose anyway, so it's fine. Uh, but. Bradley Beal's a really good player, and especially when he's like earning the money that he's worth. Like this is a good deal. I like him on the Clippers a lot. I think it fits. They need scoring. Um, and I mean honestly, like I could see him like B tier behind RJ Barrett. I think it'd be a
Okay.
good year for him, especially because he got the playmaking of Harden. Kawhi has the defense locked down, and I think there's the spacing too that's going to help out on this team. So
I've,
I like I'm pretty
s-
high on Bradley Beal.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. This man led the league in scoring, and it wasn't that long ago that he averaged over 30 points a game. This is B tier, baby. This is B tier Bradley Beal. Perfect for his name, of course. Is where I think he belongs. I still think the scoring capability is there. I'm also expecting, here's another B tier for you, another B. Bounce back Beal this season. I think he's gonna come back and have a good season, new team, new stop, fresh kind of circumstances. I think the Clippers have a lot of big aspirations. They have this kind of cloud over their head right now, still with the Kawhi thing we talked about last pod that is kind of still ongoing. More stuff's come out about it. I don't think it's really worth talking about on the pod until it's kind of concluded, though. Um, Anyways, I think he'll be a pretty good scorer. I think his job here will be a lot less than it was in the Suns, which I think will help because they have other pieces that will fill in those kind of role player things that I think the Suns probably wanted him to do with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant being the only other two like star players. I think Bradley Beal's like, I'm a star too, but then nobody was doing the other stuff, so their team kind of fell apart. When I was looking at this list, originally I was like in between Brandon Miller and Herb Jones, and then I slid down and I was like, no, I think I'd want Christian Brown. That Nuggets team's so good. So then I had him in between. I think is where I landed ahead of Rowan.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's totally fine. The more I think about it, I think with the situation, everything's going to work out really well for him. So,
And I got a loaded B and C tiers here.
what
Gotta
what number is Bradley Beal?
is he not three? Is somebody three already?
Yeah, Chris Paul.
Oh, I forgot Chris Paul went back. You're
Right?
so right.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, Chris
what?
Paul's definitely gonna be three for
Yeah,
sure.
so what the heck is Bradley Beal wearing?
He's only ever been three. So
I know.
maybe he'll be like 33, some god unforsaken
Oh
number.
God, I hope not. Here, let me see what
Yeah,
NBA.com
he
has real
should
quick.
have him a media day, right?
I didn't see any. I just saw CP3. I saw Chris Paul pictures, which makes sense.
Like number four. That
Clippers.
seems like a Bradley Beal number, kind of.
You know what? This number makes sense. Zero.
Zero also came to mind. I didn't know if anyone else had it.
I just
That
thought of
makes
like
sense though.
Gilbert Arenas. Like I think of Wizards basically.
Yeah.
And
Was
so
Westbrook zero on the Clippers? I don't remember.
what's up?
Was Westbrook zero on the Clippers?
He sure was.
Probably the last player that wore it, so that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Who did I get? I missed it.
It was the Thunder and Luguentz Dort who I had to add to this list because they had Alex Caruso, Isaiah Joe, and Aaron Wiggins, but not Lou Dort. So
That's
don't know
crazy.
how that happened.
Also, it's yours. I totally forgot. I definitely talked about Bradley Beal first.
Um, oh, you're right. It is me. Lou Dort. This is a tough one for me. This guy, man, the defense has really become on notice since the Thunder became a really good team. It's interesting because it's not flashy. It's not like I'm getting in the passing lane, getting steals, running the court, like do anything crazy. It's like your best player has the ball and him scoring on me will be a nightmare. And it's going to be that every possession, the torture chamber, if you will. The offense has been up and down throughout his career. I think last year was probably one of the better shooting years of his career, really consistent from the three. There were a couple games in the playoffs I can remember where I was like, oh, he's like 1 for 9 this game. Um, but mostly he was reliable to be kicked out upon, as of course SGA is going to drive into the paint constantly. So he needs those other guys to be able to make those shots. Aside from that, not a lot of offense there. No playmaking, no facilitating or anything like that. Just spot up shooter guy, which is fine because he's so good on defense. Looking at our tier list here, I would say this is interesting. Um, I mean, I'd probably have to have him in the A tier, right? Like he's so good at what he does, and I think like I was looking at Austin Reeves, and I was like, I think I'd rather have Lou Dort than Austin Reeves. It's like the comparison that came to mind. Um, and then I looked at Tyler Hero, and I was like, oh, that's tough. Tyler Hero's so good on offense. Those players are different. And I think Dyson Daniels is the next player on the list, right, in B tier. I think his defense is on that level where it's like elite, elite. And I think he also is like a stopper where Dyson Daniels doesn't really have that aspect of his game, I think. It's there, but it's not like to Lou Dort level.
Yeah, so where do you want to put him?
Oh, uh, in the A tier?
Are
Sure.
you waiting for me?
Yeah.
You ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Blue Door A tier in front of Austin Reeves. I said it.
Uh, uh,
I
let's
said it.
go.
My Canadian king, my Canadian prime minister.
There you go. There you go. That's good.
I call him the prime minister.
Okay. That's his nickname amongst childhood basketball friends. That makes sense.
Yeah, makes total sense. Yeah, no, I mean, what can I say about Lou Dort? I mean, he's just been incredible on the Thunder. I liked him ever since I started watching the Thunder in like 2021 season. Or I guess like right during the bubble. I remember like watching that playoff series and was like I really even though he like made that big mistake at the end, like I've really like just loved the way he played defense and could see it. And he really has extended his game into the offense to where he was shooting like 40% from three, I believe in the playoffs, probably not all season. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, he just fits so well in this Thunder team. He's going to have an incredible season, and he's very formidable on defense. So A tier, easy.
All right. Let's go.
Let's go. Spin the wheel. I don't have much to say.
I'm gonna say about this guy.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
do
Oh,
you have
I
anything to
have to
say
go.
about Jalen Green?
Yeah, let me talk about Jalen Green just real quick. So, new destination, new
It's Jalen
team,
Green, right? Is their backcourt just Jalen Green
and Devin
uh,
Booker.
is the
Yeah.
one? Yeah, what a gross team. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
what
is
and
probably their
then
starting lineup.
yeah, and then Grayson Allen.
Jordan Goodwin? Hello?
No, no. Okay, I don't know if he's confirmed. He was on there. I don't know how new. If he's there, I feel terrible. He was on the Suns. That's where I first watched him. I was like, dang, this guy's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But no, Jalen Green. So Jalen Green, uh, incredible scorer when he's hot. He can shoot. He can shoot the ball really well sometimes. He's really electric in transition, going to the hoop, dunking it. I mean, so many highlights that we've seen. His vertical is insane. I think are the biggest reason why, we were kind of okay with the trade and the Rockets getting rid of him is because it's inconsistent. I mean, they're usually toward the end of every season, he goes on a run, he goes on a tear, and he's just like scoring like crazy and just it seems unstoppable in offense. Revolving door on defense, not probably going to change anytime soon. And if you like Tyler Hero, but you want someone a little bit worse and more inconsistent, you get Jalen Green. So, and that all to say, like Jalen Green's like basketball playing, like he's really like so good on offense. He's really creative with the ball. But the thing is, he'll shoot when he's not making it, and he'll just keep shooting it and keep shooting it. And
Yeah.
you'll agree with me because you've watched a lot of it. Um,
Hmm.
and it's hard to exactly decipher how he's going to fit on this team because they got scoring from Devin Booker. They need defense. Well, they didn't get it. They got Jalen Green. That's more offense. They got Dylan Brooks. Okay. Um, Jalen Green. Where does he fit on here?
It's a
I
tough
mean,
list.
it's really tough. I mean, who would I rather have on some teams? It's like I'm like looking at like C tier, and I'm thinking, where would I don't want to discount him because he's really good. I might honestly have him like behind Tari Eason on C tier.
Oh, that's the exact spot I was thinking of as I
Yeah.
went through my progressions. I started at the top of B tier because that's where we had him last year because we're insane. I was probably really just optimistic for a Jalen Green jump on the Rockets, and you obliged me. Um, but anyone in the B tier is like so clear I would rather have over Jalen Green. Um, except maybe RJ, but that's okay.
Okay.
It's the ceiling. It's
Fine.
the ceiling. The ceiling still existed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Jared McCain is probably one of the tougher positions on this list because I've seen so little of him. But what we did see was really good. And then, yeah, for me personally, the heart and hustle as a Rockets fan that I've seen from Tari Eason, I like more than the offense I've seen from Jalen Green. If Jalen Green was consistent, I think is the key word. He would be much higher. He just comes and goes, and he goes bad. It's like he shouldn't be out there. He's a negative asset for your team because he's not doing anything on defense. He's hurting your offense by shot chucking and making just boneheaded passes that lead to easy transition points for the other team. So that's the other part. I think you made the Tyler Hero comparison, which I think is fair. I do think Hero is a much better playmaker. I don't think Jalen Green has quite developed that aspect of his game yet.
Oh, when I wasn't comparing that way. I just meant like scoring wise.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Play like Taylor Heroes has. That's why he's top of B tier for sure.
Yeah. Think.
Um, I also want to suggest a switch if you'd be
Sure.
down for it. Switch RJ Barrett and Jared McCain. Put Jared McCain B tier, RJ Barrett top of C tier.
It's so hard. I'll do it. It's hard because I don't know what Jared McGinn because I don't know with him because he played so little. I don't know what the Sixers are gonna do. I don't know. I don't know.
So are you not okay with that? I thought you would like if you don't agree, then we don't have to do that. I just
I,
thought it would make more sense
I
because I kind
definitely.
of
I mean, I
feel
definitely
like he
think this is
fits.
possible. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not
It's
sold
tough.
on it either.
It's tough.
I
It's
just
also
think
tough because RJ Barrett is playing with like four players that want to do the same thing that he does. So,
that's why
I,
the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, I kind of see like the C top of C tier thing more, but also I feel like he doesn't fit in C tier or the end of B tier. RJ Barrett's it's that one's kind of a hard one for me to kind of
he
figure
gets
out.
his own tier. RJ Barrett tier.
Rowan, Rowan.
Row, row,
The
a
rowing
row,
tier. The
row,
rowing tier.
just
Oh,
row.
row. I like the
There you go.
rowing row. The row. My rowing made no sense. Oh, tell
I'm excited.
me. I know. Talk to me.
Desmond Bain, somebody I've talked about a lot this offseason, one of the bigger trades, him going to the Magic to provide that shooting they have not had on their roster in several years. I've said it once. I've quoted this stat from, I believe, Zach Lowe is the first person I heard it from. 12 years straight, they've been a bottom 10 offense in the NBA, which is impressive. That's hard to do, to be so consistently bad on offense. And hopefully, Desmond Bain will help with his consistent three-point making and his developed creation. When on the Grizzlies, he was often the primary option in the injuries and other things of John Morant and such. Really, really like Desmond Bain. I'm hoping for a big, big year here, because I think he is exactly what the Magic need to take that step from a first round playoff team to, okay, maybe these guys can actually push a team in the second round, make a conference finals run, perhaps. I think he's going to be the missing piece there. Looking at our list here, am I crazy to think I might want Desmond Bane more than every single player? Maybe. Um, but if I have to slot him below Mikal Bridges and even Lou Dort, that's probably okay. That's probably as low as I'll go, though. I think he's A tier for sure.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble too because he's definitely A tier, but I'm also kind of thinking like, okay, who would I let's go to the age-old question. Who would you rather have, Mikal
Sure.
Bridges or Desmond Bain on your team?
Yeah, it's a great question. Mikal Bridges is so good at defense. It's crazy
Yeah,
how good
he's
he
so
is.
good, and he's also like you can trust him being like on the court. Like he's not gonna
Yeah. And
doesn't miss
Desmond
time.
Bane, it's not a bad defender by any means.
Oh no, no, absolutely not. Yeah,
He's not an
he's
elite defender though.
yeah. I definitely better than Austin Reeves. Like, that's not no question for sure. Lou Dort is my like.
I think I put him above Lu Dort.
Then put him above Lou Dort. Go on, playa.
Like I put Desmond Bane in that Thunder team. They're scarier.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. There's not much more I can add. Desmond Bain was probably my favorite part about the Grizzlies last season,
For sure.
just because John Morant was out for quite a bit, and then Jaren Jackson Jr. is just kind of like I think he's kind of just plateaued, which I don't love seeing. He can do so much more, but yeah, Desmond Bain. I mean, Orlando Magic couldn't have made a better trade. I think everything they gave up for it was great. I think they made a really good call, and I'm excited for the Magic. I really am. I can't wait for them to be like definitely top 10 offense. I feel like he is that much
You
of a
think they'll go from
gravity
bottom
changer.
10 to top 10? Wow.
I
What a
really
jump that would
I
be.
just really like unlocks because him being there just unlocks the fact that they can space now. Or you got Jalen Suggs, who's going to be shooting better than he had been, even coming back from an injury. Franz, Paolo, yeah, they packed the paint, but you got a stretch five in there. Wendell can shoot, not great. Figure out the five, Orlando. But I mean, I dig it. Maybe it's being
Yeah.
too optimistic, top 10, but definitely not bottom 10. That's for sure.
Will the streak finally be broken? Do you know what college Desmond Bane went to?
I was gonna say Memphis. No, I'm gonna guess you're just like Kentucky. No, it's not Kentucky.
I'll give you a hint. It's in my state.
He didn't go to A&M.
Give you another hint. Their main
Oh,
color is purple.
he went to. Did he go to Horned Toads?
Horned Frogs, yeah. You know what school that is? You know what
TCU?
the TCU, yeah.
He went to TCU.
Yeah, isn't that random?
That's so random. Because remember when I thought he was Australian? Do you remember that?
Just pulling rabbits out of hats over there.
No, I don't
No
know
idea
why.
what's going
I
on.
thought I swear I saw him on the Australian roster years ago. And I thought someone else named Desmond. Anyways,
That makes
uh,
sense.
who do I got? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ben Matherin over in Indiana since Nimhard will slide over to the one with the Halliburton injury.
This is so tough. Okay, so I'm just no, because I'm looking at our tier list and I'm like, where does this guy go? Because
Where does this guy fit in? I have no
no,
clue.
because so Bennedict Mathurin, with Halliburton being out, he's gonna have really. I think he's gonna have a really good season, big season. He's just going to be expected more. He was coming off the bench last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and starting, he's just going to have like a bigger role. I think he's going to rise up to the occasion. I think, God, I just love this Pacers team because they really, all of them love to run in transition. They play defense like, I mean, Halliburton, not so much, but like they really like lock in on the defensive side of the ball. It's going to look very different without Miles Turner there, for sure. But I like Bennett Mathurin a lot because he plays with a confidence that you really want to see in a player. And maybe he hasn't lived up to like the hype that it was when he was coming in. He was saying, "I'm better than LeBron. I want to play LeBron. I'm better than LeBron." Um, no, you're not. But I still like him a lot. I like him on the Pacers, and I think he's going to fit in really well with the system. I'm having trouble where to put him though on this tier list because um, it's I like I feel like he could be top of C.
Yeah, there's a range here for sure. Um,
Yeah, and then I can also see a season like, oh, he's just gonna have like he can be bottom of B, which isn't a crazy range, but then he could slide down because Nimhart has been unlocked. Like he's really gonna be playing a lot more this season, and you got Pascal on the team too. But
Here's the
what
thing.
do you think?
If Benedict Mathurin was the second leading scorer on this team with like 23 points a game, would not be that surprised. If Benedict
Yeah.
Mathurin had an attitude issue and got benched 10 games in the season, I would not be that surprised. So there's a wide range of outcomes here. I think, I don't remember who said it last year, but I think it was somebody on the broadcast when I was watching the playoffs that said Benedict Mathurin is like the player on this team that stands out because he's not the system. He's not like the rest. He's not the Halliburton thing, the offensive machine that kind of runs through him. He's kind of his own thing. And you need that when your system isn't working. You need this kind of change of pace. And somebody that's just going to go get their own, which he can do. And you mentioned the LeBron thing. The guy has a lot of attitude, a lot of dog, a lot of confidence, which is great. And sometimes he puts up and shows that, and sometimes he's a little inconsistent. So hopefully we can get a little more consistency out of him. Real fun player to watch though. It's tough. I think the lowest I would go is like behind Tari Eason, but I think the highest I would go is like above Herb Jones. Like I can see him having a crazy good season, It's like a big range of outcomes for me. So he falls somewhere in there where I don't know, because we're projecting. This is a player that I think is difficult to project because I think the range of outcomes is very wide.
Yeah, I definitely because of the situation and everything there, I definitely see him above Jared McCain. I could also see an argument for Bradley Beal just because you got Harden and Kawhi and Bradley Beal if he doesn't have the ball, you know, I feel like above Jared McCain.
Okay.
Uh, but then I'm like, is Christian Brown too high and Bradley Beal should move up?
I don't know, man. I like Christian Brown. I like Christian Brown.
Yeah, elite role player.
Elite role player, Christian Brown.
Yeah.
He's found his way.
God, that's kind of crazy. That is crazy. This is an insane tier list, by the way. It's so big in the middle. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
um
I'm not as obsessed about stacking it evenly as I used to be, so.
I know. I sense some things moving around. All right, well,
Why don't
you
you
get
go ahead and take
these.
this one, huh?
You sure?
Yeah, that's your guy.
All right, Anthony Edwards. What more can I say? He's S tier for sure. Every year, somehow just makes a jump. He really showed his defense is just getting so much better and really locked in. Made it to the Western Conference Finals again and didn't make it to the finals. That's okay. Still very young, and I mean this season, like he has less weapons than he did before. And now they're missing Nikhil. Haven't really addressed that. Probably won't. So it's just gonna be him, Julius Randle, and then Jaden McDaniels holding it down defensively. DiVincenzo helping out. You got Gobert down low. Like, but it really is Anthony Edwards show, and I mean I love he can score on all three levels. Plays like every game is his last game. The hustle that he plays with, the aggressive manner that he plays with is just something you want to see in every. You want a player like him on your team because he locks in and nothing matters but being on the court and winning. And he also has fun too. I mean, he has his moments where he's just maybe a little too childish, shall we say, on the court. But I fucking love it. Okay, just because it's good to have fun sometimes, and I just love how he locks in. He's whatever the Timberwolves need him to be, which is great. If he needs to lock in on defense, he's sitting in that chair and he is running the length of the court trying to block so you guys win this game, and he is making threes when he needs to. He was the league's leading 3-pointer scorer last year, like
Crazy.
crazy. Is he going to emulate that again? Yeah, I could see him being top five, top three. I don't know if he's going to be the best one again because that's really tough to be. But I mean, I just love his game, and I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see how I can't not buy a jersey of his this year. So yeah.
Especially with
Anyways,
the old Forest Wolves coming back.
the classic jersey. It looks so good.
I still remember playing the one of the first times I remember us playing pickup basketball. You had that Wolves basketball.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I still do. Still have
yeah,
it. And I mean that was like I got the one I was like 9. That was
yeah.
crazy. But yeah, I love Anthony Edwards. This is not a surprise for the pod, but anything you want to add?
I mean, we had him number one last year. I think he was the best shooting guard in the league last year. Let's see him in the conference finals again, back-to-back years. That's huge. The three-point shooting jump was insane and out of nowhere because he was a fine shooter. He was not like Steph Curry, and he wasn't Steph Curry, I think, in terms of efficiency, just the volume he was putting up. And I remember he made a point about it going into the offseason last year. He's like, I'm going to work on my shooting. And then he comes back and is like, all right, here's 10 threes a game, which is just crazy. Attempt-wise, not makes, of course. So yeah, that was awesome to see. I would say like the thing he's going to need to develop, if anything, is a little more playmaking. Mike Conley's getting old. I don't think they quite trust Rob Dillingham to do that yet. They lost Nickeil Alexander-Walker, of course, so playmaking options over there are looking pretty low. And if he can take over some of those duties, I think that'll lead to some long-term Wolf success. But yeah, S tier, no doubt.
You know it would be great over there, Jordan Goodwin. I'm just gonna keep saying it.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook would be insane.
Him and
Oh
Anthony
my,
Edwards, they'd go
dude, that
sicko mode
bench
over
would be yeah, that bench would just
there.
be electric. They'd be dancing the whole time. Oh
Yeah,
my God,
that'd be
that's
awesome.
crazy. All right, well
Uh,
you got the next two.
got the next two starting with the Kings. Zach LaVine. I think when I looked at this little silly website, they had they had Malik Monk and Zach LaVine at the point guard, and I was like,
What
that's
in
wrong.
what universe?
I was like, one, I think Malik Monk probably comes off the bench because that's what he does. It's kind of his deal, and I
Yeah,
think either Dennis Schroeder or Keanu Ellis will start at the one, but we can talk about that
absolutely.
next
Yeah.
episode. Zach LaVine. What can I say about this guy that I haven't said before? So interesting. A player that's really talented, that's always been on really bad teams, is kind of his MO. And I don't know how much I can blame him. Like, not as in he's a bad player, he's a good player, but does his style of basketball lean to winning, is I think the question. That I'm not sure of, but I don't think he's ever had the talent to be like, this team should be the conference finals team. I think I've always been like, oh, this team's going to be a first round exit at best, and that's kind of the ceiling of all the teams he's on, including this Kings team. But just individually as a talent, the offense has been really, really good. This guy came in the league with a slam dunk reputation. won back-to-back dunk contests really before he ever became anything. That was back when he was on the Wolves, didn't play much. Got moved to the Bulls in the Jimmy Butler trade and then just kind of became their star, which was so random. And then developed a three-point shot, which he did not have. Now he's one of the league's top three-point shooters as well, which is kind of crazy. So he can score at every level, of course. The defense leaves a little to be desired. Never been a great part of his game. I think it's gone up and down throughout his career, but it's never really stuck as like, yeah, he's a good defender. I think if you ask most people, they'd probably say he's a bad defender. Um, he's a little older now, getting into his 30s, of course. I expect some amount of regression, probably. I think Zach LaVine has probably had the best years of his career, and now he'll kind of dwindle down as the years go on. Looking at our list here, for me, this is a clear B tier player. I still think he's at that level. You don't agree?
I
Making a
think
face.
I think he's I mean, obviously the Kings isn't like the best situation. I think he's under I think he's gonna have a really good season.
You
He's gonna
think
have an
so?
underrated season. Yeah.
I think
I
Tyler Hero, Dyson Daniels, and Brandon Miller all have better seasons.
I don't see that. I That's crazy. I think he's like A tier.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is
You don't think
okay.
Tyler Hero's better than Zach LaVine? It's
Oh,
always Tyler Hero.
is that the new argument? God, I would rather have Zach LaVine on my team than Tyler Hero this
That's
coming year.
interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried
Ah, so
as
they're
much
both A tier. Okay, I understand it now.
behind Austin Reeves. Yes. I mean, honestly, I'm also thinking like, do I? No, no, no. I don't trust Zach LaVine on defense enough. He's not bad,
I actually
but
totally think I'm fine with putting him above Brandon Miller and Dyson Daniels. I do think Tyler Hero's better.
okay.
I think he's gonna have a better year.
Let's always let's put him behind Tyler Hero. That's totally fine.
Here's my pivot offer to you.
I'm fine with that, and it kind of helps spread it up. I'm fine with that. I
So
don't
it's
hate
so
Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero and Zach LaVine have been added to the back of A tier
Okay,
for the listener.
I'm all cool with that.
For the not watcher.
I'll live with this. Absolutely.
Fine. Fine. I guess.
How many more teams do we have?
This is
Tell
my
me
second in
about
a row, question mark?
yes. Tell me about Donovan Mitchell, my
Yeah,
king.
Donovan Mitchell. Surprisingly the best player on the Cavs. Not surprisingly. Surprising how good he has been on the Cavs. I really thought when he went to that team that it didn't make a lot of sense. And he's proven me wrong time and time again. And it continues to be their number one guy. Continues to be an absolute playoff monster as he's been since his rookie year. This guy has been just a dog in the playoffs, and he keeps carrying an otherwise underperforming team in the playoffs. Good team, good regular season team, number one seed, but in the playoffs they've had some struggles in his tenure there. But he is tried and true and going to score a bunch of points, including what I think a 50-point game in the playoffs this last year, when he was trying to will the
Think so.
Cavs through somebody.
That's
Maybe
what
that
it
was 2 years
was.
ago. I don't remember. Um, but yeah, he's a great player. I don't see him falling off. He is about to be 30 or he's already 30. Like he came in the league kind of old. But I do think he is S tier for sure. Behind Anthony Edwards, obviously, but I do think he still belongs in that S tier as a an alpha option on a really good team.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is an incredible scorer, and just really fun to watch play. He always finds a way to really just electrify the offense, and sometimes it even isn't at the extent of him being a liability because he's so good, you know? So, um, just one of the best shooting guards that we've definitely had in like the last couple of years as well. And I think it's an interesting question to ask, you know, since he's been there, the Cleveland Cavaliers have been contenders, I would say. But they're not making it past a certain point. Is it his fault? Probably not because he's the
I don't
only
think
one
so.
like winning them games, you know?
Yeah.
But I think he's an incredible shooting guard for sure. Definitely S tier.
Yes,
Behind Anthony
sirree.
Edwards. Behind Anthony Edwards.
Dono. Dono.
God,
There's like
crazy.
1 or 2 years where he was the best shooting guard. And then Anthony Edwards was like, I'm gonna have to take that from you.
Yeah. And then this guy came on the scene. No, I'm kidding. I was hoping it was Devin Booker, but we'll get to him.
That's the other guy. Yes, this is going to be Stephon Castle, I believe, is going to start at the two. De'Aaron Fox at the one.
Makes
We
sense.
did. I think we did Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Wimby, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So Stephon Castle coming off Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to have a really good season again, especially just playing with Wimby and now he's not going to be toward the end of the season he was like the lead ball handler because De'Aaron Fox came and then he went out with surgery. So, he's not going to have those flashes of playmaking like he did, maybe as much. But it's still good to know that your backcourt can play make. Like they can't. He's not just spot up shooter or anything like that.
Hmm.
I am curious about how he is on the defensive side because on the offensive side, I don't think he's the best 3-point shooter.
No,
Remind me,
not a good
yeah,
shooter.
yeah, yeah. And but he's really good, able to get to the hoop and score, which is one of the reasons why he was able to average, I think, like 14.5 points and win Rookie of the Year. I think on defense, he's not great, but you also have Wimby backing you
No,
up,
he's
so
good.
it's
He's a good defender,
he
man.
is okay.
Yeah.
I will say I've
Casual,
watched
casual alert.
not a lot of stuff on Castle. Um,
Uh,
but he's good on
just
defense.
a good rule of thumb. Guy rocks the undershirt. They're a good defender. They rock the white undershirt under the
I
jersey.
was starting to look at
Uh,
everyone else just to see. I was really hoping someone KCP,
the one
huh?
that's
Well, I mean, he
KCP.
should.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
Anthony Black.
Norman Powell. Norman Powell is definitely not a good defender. So that doesn't help my
Nah,
argument.
it's just funny. Anyways, okay, so he's a better defender than I thought. Which I guess pairs well with De'Aaron Fox because De'Aaron Fox is
A little below
below,
average.
below average. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think he's gonna have a better season than last year. I think the Spurs they have more weapons now, and they're probably not gonna play for playoffs. Maybe they'll contend for the play-in. The West is loaded, so it's tough. But Stephon Castle's going to be a really big part of that, and is going to play well. And I could probably see him having a better season than like Jared McCain.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. Okay.
but what do you think? Are you not that high on him?
I hadn't thought about going that high, and I think it's interesting because I think he is more like when I think in my mind he's more role player oriented than like Jared McCain, who I think has like a lot of creator potential. I don't see Castle getting on this specific Spurs team with Fox and Wimby, so they're like primary guys. Um, we'll see. Again, impossible to think about Jared McCain because I don't know how to think about anybody on that team.
Yeah,
But yeah, good defender, good playmaker. I think. I mean, I said on the podcast, I really hope the Rockets draft Stephon Castle at number three. And we drafted Reed Shepard, and we don't play Reed Shepard because he can't play defense. And then this guy won Rookie of the Year, so I may have been wrong about Brandon Miller and Scoot, but I feel right about this one so far. Um, yeah, I when I was looking at it, I thought like behind Tari Eason, but I don't know. It's tough because I think with De'Aaron Fox coming back healthy, with Wimby. Dylan Harper they drafted with the number two pick, probably getting a lot of backcourt time as well. I still know what his opportunity will look like. I still know how much he'll get to have the ball in his hands. It's kind of the biggest concern I have in terms of like where his ceiling goes. And yeah, he feels like a role player already to me. He doesn't feel like
Mhm.
a guy that's gonna be like a star.
Got it. Yeah, I think that makes total sense. I think
I don't want
Stephon.
to drop him that far though. If you were higher on him than Jared McCain, I don't want to
No,
drop
no,
him
no,
all the
no,
way.
no. That makes a lot of sense. I also feel like you watched a bit more Spurs than I did, so it was a good point
Closest
about
city to me.
Fox. I watched the Spurs I did watch was mostly when Fox was. I watched like Fox's first game, and then I watched like a little bit after that, but he wasn't there again, so you know couldn't get a really good image. So I
Yes,
like it.
sirree. I mean, I think part of it too is like he's a second year player. You're just like not as good as other players that have been in the league for longer until you get a couple years in, I think. Unless you're like a
Yeah,
special talent.
yeah, it makes sense. Trailblazers, we have to talk
Jesus.
about it, huh? Yeah, I
So
figured.
we had this 3, 4, 5, Denny Abdia, Jeremy Grant, Donovan Clean. I think that's
Hmm.
fair. Three, four, five. Here's where the question comes in. In your two guard positions, you must decide between Drew Holiday, Tumani Kamara, and Shaden Sharp. You would have had to decide between Scoot too, but he's going to be out. So luckily, you get one of those guys off the list, but you still have to decide who out of Kamara, Drew Holiday, and Shaden Sharp doesn't start on this team.
Uh,
Good luck.
I I'm pretty sure it's you, by the way, because I went Stephon Castle.
Did you?
I sure did. Ah, you see, that's what you get. That's what
This
you
is your
get.
team. This is your team, though. This
Oh,
is
what you
this is
get.
one of your
No,
other
no.
teams.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. Well, I will say I feel like it'll be Drew Holiday and Shaden Sharp, or Shaden
Think
Sharp
they
and
bring
Tumani
all
Kamara.
defensive Tumani Kamara off the bench?
I just feel like Drew Holiday is getting more, and I feel like maybe late in the season it might switch, but I feel like they're gonna go with the guy who has been all defense multiple years. Tumani Kamara coming off the bench. Um, but I feel like Shaden Sharp is a lock for point guard.
So interesting. Shaden Sharp's like not a point guard. He like can't
Okay,
play
he's a
D.
lock for shooting guard. But then you have Tumani Kamara playing point guard.
No, that's I think Drew Holiday has to start because I don't
That's
have
what I'm
anyone else to
saying.
play
So Drew
big.
Holiday and Shaden Sharp. So Shaden Sharp shooting guard. Boom.
Okay, Shaden Sharp. I added Shaden Sharp and Drew Holiday. Oh, Shaden Sharp's already here, and I added him anyways. Smart. Good by me. I think I maybe meant to add Tumani Kamara, and I added the wrong player. So huge. Um, Shaden Sharp, the guy's an athletic freak. He had a couple of nasty injuries that have kind of plagued his development, I think. I've seen signs where he starts building up some momentum, starts looking like he's gonna, be something, and then boom, something happens and he kind of goes down. Um, Hopefully that doesn't happen this year. I like Shaden Sharp's game. Like I said earlier, I like slashers that can kind of explode and get to the rim. Shooting is not great. Facilitating is not great. Defense is not great. But it's all raw. He's very like much a prospect in that thing, and I think all those things can come with time. Just not quite there yet. Pretty not fleshed out player, and I think this year will be good for him because I think the veteran presence that he has on the team is going to be substantial. Drew Holiday, we mentioned Damian Lillard not going to play, but will be there. Um, and even like Denny Abdia, not a veteran by any means, but a guy that has been in the league long enough that I think he's kind of established. Jeremy Grant, guys like that. If we're all kind of coaching each other, I think he can develop some of those good habits. And looking at our list here, um, I'm kind of doing the would I rather have him or him kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's on the C tier. That's where I land.
Yeah.
I'm definitely behind Stephon Castle. Um, Jalen Green has so much offensive upside that it makes me question, but Jalen Green's also like the worst defender on earth. So that's also a thing. Um, it's like somewhere either like ahead of Jaden Green, behind Jalen I'm just mix their names up.
Yeah.
Ahead of Jalen Green, behind Jaden Ivey is kind of the range I'm looking at.
I was gonna say probably behind Jaden Ivey.
Fake Blazers
Um,
fan.
okay, you caught me. Yeah, no, I like Shaden Sharp a lot. I just don't know how much he's gonna be able to play, especially like you said, all these other people. Like, is he gonna really develop? Like, if there's less veterans on the court, I see it being a little bit higher, but I trust Jaden Ivey, Jalen Green, which is crazy to say. Stephon Castle like a bit more.
Hmm.
But I would rather have like Shade Sharp than like Buddy Hield and people past that just because his ceiling is still there. Like it still can be achieved. Um, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I get it.
Can't wait to
I get
watch
it.
him though, I'll tell you that much.
Four teams left on docket. It's about to be midnight
Oh
here
my
in
God.
Austin, Texas.
Hey, don't you love it?
But my eyes are closing actively, so
Hey, let's rip through this. Boston
no,
Celtics.
I'm good. I'm being silly.
Is it Derek White?
Derek White, yes, sir.
Derek White, elite role player. Ever since he went to the Celtics, everyone went to the Celtics. Like everyone's fine, like really come to understand his game. He's a great defender. become an even better shooter, better scorer. But what's also great about Derek White is that he can really identify as any one of those when you need him to. Like when there's a game where you don't need his offense because Jaylen Brown's going off. Well, Derek White will cover defense, especially with Drew Holiday not being there anymore. I feel like he's going to have to be better on defense. With
Hmm.
Jason Tatum being out, he's going to have to be better on offense. I'm seeing. I mean, can he jump any higher than he was last year? It'll probably be about the same, just more opportunity. I like Derek White a lot. Where does he end up on my list? I would probably put him behind Lou Dort, but A
Sure.
tier. I'm thinking A tier.
Yeah, no, Derek White been awesome for the Celtics for sure. The defense is always there. Um, a guy that'll hit you with a dagger when he hits that three with 3 minutes to go on team. And he's pretty good with that, pretty consistent with that. I really like what you mentioned about he can kind of adapt to what your team needs at specific moments, and he's never going to be I need more shots, I need more playing time, I need more of this. He'll just do it, and he'll be great, and he'll come when you need him to, and he's all reliable. Actually, Lou Dort was the pivot player I was looking at for this. If I thought he was better than Lou Dort or not, I think the reason I would maybe want to put him above Lou Dort is because the Celtics are a little thin this year, roster wise. So he might have a little more on his plate than Lou Dort will have.
Oh, I'm okay with it, but I want it to be known I like Lou Dort more.
I'll put him behind Lou Dort. I don't care. You're a Celtics
What
hater though,
what the
well-known
heck?
Celtics hater.
What the heck are you talking about? You know what I love? We keep talking about all the teams I hate, and you don't talk about the teams you hate.
I don't hate
This guy
anybody. I
just
love
loves
basketball, huh?
this guy loves ball, huh? This guy's ethical ball. What the heck?
Yeah, I'm just ethical, no hate,
Yeah,
no
I
lies.
hate the Celtics so much that I put their small forward as the highest in S tier, and I put
Kind of a
Derek
crazy
White in
list.
the A tier. Yeah,
Okay.
Wizards. Oh
I
boy.
spun the Wizards and I was like, who's on the Wizards? CJ McCollum is their starting shooting guard, I guess. This team is a disaster. My goodness. Um, I don't even remember who we had started their power forward, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Keyshawn George. I don't know who we could have possibly put there. Um,
I think we put Cam Whitmore.
Oh, there's no way we put Cam Whitmore. I'm looking at this team and I'm so. Oh, you know what? We put Bali, but he got injured. Um,
Ah, right. I forgot. I thought it was shorter, and that's why I was confused what he was
that makes
thinking.
sense. Yeah. So okay, now I feel a lot better about that. So yeah, CJ looking at this will definitely be their starting two, I guess, because it's like yeah, it's CJ McCollum, of course. Um, we're regressing. We're in the CJ regressing era. He was at one point Bradley Beal, basically. It was like
Yeah.
Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, and then like John Wall and Bradley Beal. Those were kind of two backcourt duos that felt very similar to me. Not in terms of how they played, but just like talent level wise. I think John Wall in his prime, maybe not ever as good as Damian Lillard has been in his prime, but close. And I think CJ and Brad are good second options. Bradley Beal is probably a little better than CJ McCollum. Um, but had some weird years here on the Pelicans. Now he's over on the Wizards. I don't know what this team's gonna look like. I don't really want to know because there's just some old guys and then some really young guys. It's weird. It's not like old Wizards guys. It's just like random guys that they've accrued. CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton. They just got some random dudes over there. Um, whatever. How will he be this year is a great question. I don't know how much he's. It's really tough to think about the Wizards and how they're going to utilize these players because I do think they will start the veteran players but for how long and how much do they play? How much before we're just rolling out a bunch of 20-year-olds? And I don't know if that'll ever happen because I feel like veteran players in the NBA just always play if they are kind of respected, established players. And I would say CJ McCollum is that. Gonna score, gonna play make to an extent, not as great as you might like, but to an extent. A little undersized, 6'3" for a shooting guard. Kind of ran point for the Pelicans in that tenure. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I like this is a struggle for me when I'm looking at this tier list because like I could just put him next to Bradley Beal in B tier and be like, yeah, that feels okay. But I could also see like the rest of B tier and like three guys in C tier also having a better season than CJ McCollum. So the range is pretty wide.
Yeah, I kind of feel like CJ McCollum C tier above Jalen Green.
Hey, look, that's three guys in C tier. Those are the three guys I was talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean it goes in order, right? So it's like.
Yeah, no, actually makes a ton of sense. I just think it's the situation isn't helpful um at all, and I feel like the environment is everyone above him is just like a better, it's
Sorry.
just better situation, and I just don't know if CJ McCollum is even going to be on the Wizards by the end of the season. Kind of feels like he's someone that might get flipped at some
Hmm.
point to go somewhere. I don't know how long his contract is, but I feel like he's coming to the point where he's like a mid-level exception guy. Someone just kind of gets him
Hmm.
and comes off the bench and is able to score. But he's still a really good NBA player, like for what it's worth. I liked him on the Pelicans. I watched a lot of Pelicans. He's just getting older, and that's okay. But I feel like he's still got some left. So that's where I think. But it's up. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's really tough. This is one of the tougher ones of the day because I just don't know. I don't know how they're playing, you know. I think all these other teams, though most of the other teams at least we've talked about, like, and I guess I kind of mentioned this for Jared McCain a couple times. But mostly everybody else, like I get their team. I know who's going to be out there. I know what their team looks like because it looks relatively similar to how it looked last year. Or if the player's in a new position, I think his role is going to be the same as it was on the other team.
Yeah.
But this team is just like I have no clue what they're going to be rolling out there. No, what is this, dude? This is a crazy lineup. I don't understand.
Yeah, also
Yeah,
a lot of players still
yeah,
got to cut.
we'll see.
Chicago Bulls. All right, Kobe White. Kobe
True.
White. So, Kobe White has been on the Bulls, I feel like, forever.
Maybe
But
for your entire NBA fandom.
honestly, I mean, recent NBA fandom.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, it mattered when I was seven. I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
But yeah, Kobe
Yeah, he was
White.
actually there when you were seven.
Oh my
Crazy.
God, it's great. Kobe White, really good scorer, can shoot the ball, has is interesting because I feel like his ceiling, everyone thought he was going to be like so much better than he ended up being. But I feel like what he is now isn't bad at all. It's just because the expectation of him was so high. But now that the expectation is lowered, I feel like everyone realizes how good Kobe White is what he's able to do. And that's just like handle the ball, score. Playmaking's not great. It's fine, but you have Josh Giddey. You don't have to worry about it too much now. Just be able to get the ball and score. Defense, fine, not great. And yeah, I like him as a scorer and I like him on the Bulls, but it's just what more is he going to be able to do than he already has? Like, I don't think he's going to be have a great big jump like maybe some of these other players, you know? I feel like he's just
Hmm.
going to be Kobe White. And the thing is he's dependable, he's consistent at what he does. And this is another hard one, Kobe White, because I like him quite a bit, and I want to put him like on the higher end, but it's just with the Bulls, like what to expect from the Bulls, like what kind of season are they gonna have? I mean, is he like B tier in front of Jared McCain? Is he
Yeah, it's
higher?
probably about the highest I would go, like maybe in front of Matherin. But then I can
Yeah,
also see an argument for putting him like, uh, actually, maybe like around where RJ is. So I get that does feel pretty good for him. Yeah, it feels like a good range.
I just feel like, especially now, DeMar and Levine aren't there to handle the ball. It's like just gonna be Josh Giddey and then Kobe White. Like he's gonna be one of the leading scorers on the team. I know Vucevic is still there, but I feel like he won't be for too much longer. So
That's what you think. That's what you would like to think, huh?
yeah, that's what I would. Tell me about the Brooklyn Nets starting shooting guard.
This guy, Cam Thomas, they finally signed him. Last episode I talked about that.
Qualifying offer, 6 million, no trade
Uh,
clause.
yeah, crazy, crazy deal. Um, Leading scorer of this team last year, I think, right? Not close. And here he is back on a qualifying offer. Don't know what it's going to look like. Another team that is just a disaster in terms of their roster construction. Like, just have no clue what they're running out there on a day-to-day basis. Um, but Cam Thomas kind of fits the mold of some of these players on C tier for me. Jalen Green, for example, feels very Cam Thomas-esque. I feel like Jay Ivey a little different style, but in terms of like, yeah, that guy's gonna score the ball. It's kind of what it feels like. I do think Cam Thomas has had in a shorter time span, like the last season, was pretty consistent with his scoring, which I think is definitely an underrated skill. So I could see him being higher than that. I think obviously on the Nets there will be a lot of opportunity, which is really important because they don't got anything going on over there except for a bunch of rookies that are trying to figure out if they're NBA players. So I feel like C tier feels like kind of what we boiled it down to is role players and then also guys that feel like their range of outcomes is pretty wide in terms of like high ceiling but also pretty low floor, and how they can play. And I feel like Cam Thomas is not really either of those. He feels a little higher ceiling, but I don't think he's necessarily low floor because I think when he does play, he is consistently putting out offense in like a meaningful way. Um, that being said, that would make me want to put him like around like the Matherin Beal range in the B tier? Question
Interesting.
mark. It's tough.
Um,
Tough one.
yeah, I could definitely see that, especially with the Nets, like and how they're looking, like him and MPJ. That's about it. Scoring. Um,
Is he the best player on the Nets?
Cam Thomas. I mean, probably. That's why I was so confused. I didn't sign him like quicker. Um,
What a
but yeah,
disaster of a team.
yeah. I
Goodness.
mean, I kind of want to put him behind Kobe White, if I'm being honest. I don't know why I'm so high on Kobe White.
I like
Um,
Kobe White. You know
but I
Kobe
mean,
White's first name?
uh, Michael,
Alec.
Alec Kobe White. Why don't we go by Alec White?
It's Alec Jacoby White.
That's what I said. I'm kidding. How do you feel?
What a disaster of a tier list, huh?
I mean, it's pretty pregnant. I'm gonna keep saying it.
I'm just looking at it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, the C tier is made up of such a hodgepodge of players. I was like, do we need to demote some people? I'm not sure. Um,
If so, who
I,
are we demoting?
well, it would be KCP because it's on the back of the C tier, right? So that's assuming he has the season that he did last year. I think. I don't, I'm hoping that he doesn't. I don't know if he will, but I'm hoping that he doesn't. I feel very good about S tier. I feel pretty good about A tier until we get to Austin Reeves. I feel, and everyone after Austin Reeves is included in that, by the way. Um,
I was gonna say I'm cool putting Zach LaVine higher, but you're not very high on him, so
nah, I'm just not.
that's
B
fine.
tier, I like B tier until
Jared
I'd say
McCann.
the like line of demarcation is like Bradley Beal or like after Bradley Beal before Ben Mathurin. That's where it feels like it kind of trails off into a different level of player to me.
So we're trying to like move everyone down one and then just kind of like fill in.
Kind of like
C for Kobe White.
I'd put like a line in the sand right here maybe, and then these guys would all be on B, and then I would put like a line somewhere over here, and those guys move down to C, and then like I don't know, maybe it's just like Gary Trent. Honestly, I don't feel like bad about having Gary Trent or KCP in C tier though. That just means they would have 1,000 people in C tier, which I don't like. Um,
I kind of I'm more of the opinion that we move like basically from Cam Thomas to Jaden McCain to top of C tier. And then we kind of cut from like I guess where like Gary Trent Jr. and KCP D tier.
this feels weird.
It does because they definitely do belong in C tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Just
Um.
it'd just be a giant C tier.
So maybe
Uh,
we put
God,
him back. I was just trying to like
what a disaster.
shake him down because I like A tier. I really do, and I think B tier is good as well.
I feel like we need like a C plus tier or something. That's like that's the confusing thing. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it gets tough. 'Cause yeah, everyone in C tier is like, yeah, they're C tier. They are like that's maybe it's just a goated position right now in the NBA.
I think shooting guard is relatively talented, so I'm not like super surprised at this.
Yeah.
Um,
Do we just want to move the Cam Thomas and Jared McCain back to B so it doesn't look like this like weird thing in the middle?
I mean,
It's
if it looks like this, it looks like this. If you think Cam Thomas and Kobe White are on two different tiers, then that's what you think.
I guess I kind of do, don't I?
Yeah.
Are you cool with it?
Yeah, I guess. I'll live.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
my ideal world is there's a tier in between here, but I don't know what that tier would be. So
Let's call it. Let's do it. Let's just call it.
F tier.
Let's call it C plus. I like that. Nothing wrong with that.
Probably like something like that.
Honestly, yeah, I like that a lot.
Great. Every year we make up new rules.
And that's the great thing
Um,
about it being our podcast. We could do whatever we want.
yeah, make your own damn show if you want to complain about it.
If you got opinions, make your own show.
You got an opinion, like and then comment.
And subscribe. Don't you
And
forget.
what is the other one? Hit the bell. Hit the bell if you don't see notifications.
Hey, come on, don't miss the bell. All right, we're gonna go through this tier list one
Sure.
last time. S tier, we got Anthony Edwards and Donovan Mitchell.
A tier, we're looking at Mikal Bridges, Desmond Bain, Lou Dort, Derek White, Austin Reeves, Tyler Hero. They end up next to each other again. Zach LaVine, rounding out the
B
A tier.
tier, B tier, we got Bison Daniels, Brandon Biller. Okay, we got Dyson Daniels, Brandon Miller, Herb Jones, Christian Brown, Bradley Beal, Benedict Mathurin, and Kobe White.
In our newly established C plus tier, Cam Thomas, Jared McCain, RJ Barrett, Tari Eason, Stephon Castle.
In the usual C tier, we have CJ McCollum, Jalen Green, Jaden Ivey, Shaden Sharp, Buddy Heald, Gary Trent Jr., and Contavious Caldwell Pope.
And rounding out our list in the D tier, no appearance from F tier today. We got Clay Thompson, washed, and Bryce Sensabaugh, who we haven't really watched because the Jazz are the Jazz. How do you feel about that?
I dig it a lot. I think it makes a lot of sense. I like it. I'm
Yeah,
excited for the season. I'm so excited to see how it turns out.
basketball is coming. And by the time the season has started, we will rank starting shooting guards and point guards. I mean, we just did shooting guards. I'm dumb. We'll rank starting point guards. We will do season predictions, records, awards, all of that fun stuff. And of course, we will talk about the city jerseys. We'll do it. We
I
haven't
can't
seen
wait.
them yet, but they're coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. Let me stop sharing my screen because we're done with the tier list.
Hey,
Hey, whoa, full screen. Whoa, look at that. Crazy, huh? I haven't been full screen a lot in the past couple weeks with all these tier lists.
so many tier lists. But just want to say thanks again for listening. And if you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Ethical Ball. We hope you enjoyed this tier list and our episode. And Damon's taking the shot. He's gonna make it because I trust my coach. Hit near the hoop.
I
Um,
ricocheted off the wall almost. Well,
it's a
aimed for a cool trick
KCP.
shot. It didn't
It's
happen.
a it's a backboard. But yeah, just want
Tim
to say
Hardaway
thanks.
Jr., shout out.
Hey, shout out. Just want to say thanks again, and we'll catch you next time on Two Man Game with Damon and Dom.
Bucket!